A night in with Mauler and the drinker, getting trashed with the web screen thinkers. A cheap night cause I'm feeling kinda thrifty, got a 10 pack of beers and a bottle of whiskey. Hop up the cork, have a glass of wine, pass fail safe, I'll be fine. Trouble walking in a straight line, but pour me a Pinot Noir. It's open bar with our hosts, Mauler and the critical drinker.
Well, hello, everyone.
Howdy.
Man, put some more effort into it, Mauler, goddammit.
Did that not come through? Is that not good enough for you anymore?
Come on, stop playing the cool, detached, logical Welshman, okay? Just get into the open bar spirit, man.
All right, here goes. Hello.
Ah! Holy shit.
Yeah, actually, let's do a lot of this. Let's
bring it down a notch. Bring it down a notch, okay?
Sorry, chat. Didn't mean to scare you.
I know. There's too much. Like, sometimes Mauler's enthusiasm gets overwhelming, and I just don't know what to do with it all. But anyway, welcome, everyone. It's Open Bar at 180. We're starting a whole new decade here. And actually, the last decade of the Pointless Facts, because I think we've got 3 to go. And that's it. We've run out. We've come full circle, in fact.
We'll have to find a new gimmick.
Well, we will, yeah. And, you know, if we were smart, we would have had one planned like months in advance, but we absolutely haven't.
We do, obviously. You say that like we don't.
I can put like Princess Leia's bikini on and just dance for a couple of minutes. Like, would that work? Oh, that would drive our viewership.
Just switch out the girl every stream until we figure out something else.
Gonna just find a local stripper or something, just have her like dancing in the background.
the new dog like camera, but it's just a woman. Like, I don't know. Like, what do you guys want?
It's like, she'll be asking me, like, do I have to keep dancing for the entire stream? Yes, you do. Anyway, well, we should make the most of these pointless facts while we've got the chance. So, shall I hit you with them? Shall I give you some stuff that happened?
Yes.
Damn, like 1980 was a turbulent year. Actually, there was a lot going on. In terms of like, well, wars and stuff, it was a big deal. The Iran-Iraq war began, which would then last for another 8 years. Iraq invaded Iran, and that sparked a conflict that would carry on for almost a decade. The Soviets also decided it was a good time to invade Afghanistan. President Carter also announced a boycott of the 1980 Summer Olympics in response, which was kind of obvious, I guess. But that war would then rumble on for another almost decade as well, which, damn, it was a bad time. We also had the Iranian hostage crisis, but the Americans tried to stage a rescue operation, which was Operation Eagle Claw, which ultimately failed and resulted in the deaths of a number of American servicemen. So it was a bad time all round. It was also a bad time for natural disasters. Mount St. Helens erupted. You've all seen the photographs of it when this thing exploded. Basically, an entire mountain just decided to explode, which was spectacular, but it also resulted in the deaths of 57 people. So pretty horrific stuff. There was also an earthquake in southern Italy, which killed 2,500 people, which, again, just, damn, what a turbulent year that was.
Yeah.
Also, taking outside natural disasters and politics and stuff, John Lennon was assassinated in December of that year, dashing all hopes of a Beatles reunion, most importantly of all, you know. But yes, also CNN was launched that year by Ted Turner. It was the first ever 24-hour cable news channel. So there you go. 1980 it was launched.
I actually recently watched the Netflix did a thing on the Murdochs. I don't know if you saw that. But like the kind of go into the history.
No, I haven't seen it yet.
The creation of Fox and how much of the show Succession is inspired by and then predicts the Murdochs like whole thing. But yeah, it's kind of interesting.
Yeah. I saw Rupert Murdoch once, actually, when I used to work at Sky. He was down at the London headquarters while I was there. And dude was like 90 years old, right? But he was spry. Like, he was walking around just like you or I would, you know, back straight, like nice and quick in his step and everything. Not like, you know, hunched over or whatever, like you might expect for such an old guy.
He's still going, you know?
There's just no stopping him. Yeah, he's got that devil juice in him, I think.
Yeah.
Also in that year, Alfred Hitchcock finally passed away. The master of suspense, created some of the greatest, suspense and thriller movies of all time. Passed away. This one's amazing. So Richard Pryor, famous comedian and actor, set himself on fire while freebasing cocaine and drinking 151 proof rum. He ended up running down the street after setting himself on fire, and it had to be subdued by the police. I mean, dude lived a life, that's for sure.
That sounds like a Wiggum moment of if you see a dude who set himself on fire running down the street, you should be like, nah, I don't think we stop a man like that. He knows what he's doing. Like,
yeah,
he's got places to be.
That's a man with a plan right there. Filming also began on Indiana Jones, the first movie, Raiders of the Lost Ark, which is kind of cool. Like, you've just had Empire Strikes Back come out, and you're also filming one of the other great movies of the 1980s. Like, just what time to be George Lucas, man. Jesus. Yeah. Also at that year, Steve McQueen passed away at the age of 50 due to complications from cancer, sadly. So yeah, one of the absolute great stars of the 60s and 70s. Also in the world of movies, Heaven's Gate became one of the biggest box office bombs of all time, to the point where it actually bankrupted United Artists. And they had to be sold off, which is that's a pretty big failure right there.
Yeah.
Interestingly, because it was the start of a new decade, like a lot of speculators and industry analysts were looking at what was going to happen with cinema, where was it going to head and stuff. And they correctly predicted that comedies and upbeat kind of entertainment was going to dominate the 1980s, mostly because the 70s have been such a fucking depressing decade of like constant setbacks, economic woes, defeats in wars, presidential scandals. And they realized, like, yeah, people probably are going to want a bit of like entertainment and enjoyment and escapism. And that's kind of what you got. Like, right away, you can see here the box office for 1980 was dominated by, first and foremost, The Empire Strikes Back, escapism. That would go on to make over $500 million worldwide, which is a lot of money in 1980. Yeah. But also, you've got things like 9 to 5, Airplane, Any Which Way You Can. It's a fucking movie about Clint Eastwood driving around with a chimpanzee. It's like somehow made $70 million domestic.
What do you mean somehow?
Yes.
It's a sure thing.
Smokey and the Bandit 2 and the Blues Brothers, all in the top 10. Like, the 80s was dominated by comedy and escapism, and later action movies as well, but not until really the later half of the decade. But yeah, they predicted it correctly. I think that was kind of an interesting one.
Yeah.
What was the other thing? Yeah, other movies that came out that year, Superman 2. Arguably, well, how did people perceive it? I mean, arguably it's better than the first one in some ways.
I really like it. I like them together as well, because a sort of package of story.
Yeah, for sure. We also got The Fog, Flash Gordon, one of my personal favorites, and Battle Beyond the Stars, trying to cash in on the Star Wars craze, which for all the movies that rip off the Magnificent Seven, Battle Beyond the Stars is the most unique, but I love it. Anyway, that's it. That's our pointless facts. They're done.
All right.
Are you ready? Are you ready to bring our bar in?
Assemble? I suppose I am. I'm going to allow it this week, but who knows what will happen next week.
All right. Bar, assemble. Welcome, everyone, to Film Comics Explained and Erin Underwood. Hello, you guys.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Oh, it's great. We're doing just fine here. It's good to have you here. We've also got Metatron joining us. He's just not here quite yet. So we thought, well, we could wait, or we could just get started and he can join us whenever. So I think it seems
fashionably late.
Yeah, I mean, we had like 5,000 people waiting, so I figured we should probably just get started. Anyway, well, you guys, it's good to have you here. And I just wanted to start with a bit of light relief and a lesson for us, right? Because I feel like sometimes life is not without a sense of irony. Like this headline here. Manager of Scotland's first alcohol-free bar is caught drink driving. Oh, I love this. I've got the full article here. Hayden Geraghty, the bar manager of Aberdeen's Sober, SOBR, crashed his car on March 7th while more than 4 times over the legal limit. He admitted the offence at Aberdeen Sheriff Court. The court heard how Geraghty crashed his car on March 7th while 4 times over the limit. The 33-year-old was banned from driving for a year and fined £500 in total. In a statement on social media, Sober, the bar, said it was supporting Hayden following his conviction and added, "Alcohol abuse does not discriminate." I think that's fantastic. I'm just seeing what else it's got here. Yeah, we understand and know all too well how alcohol abuse can affect not just the life of the person going through it, but their family, friends, and colleagues too. Very true. Since the incident, Hayden has been upfront, open, and honest with us about what he's been going through, which we have greatly appreciated, and we'd offer support when needed from both personal and professional standpoint. It does make me wonder, right? Why on earth would you go to a bar where there's no alcohol? I mean,
well, don't they have oxygen bars? Is that why people go to a bar now?
You could even get a high off of oxygen, I think.
Yeah.
But like, what are you going to get off of drinking fruit juice or whatever? I mean, it's like, do you think I drink this stuff just because of the taste? It's like, not really. It's like in Star Trek when they've got like, what they call it, synthahol, right? So it tastes exactly like alcohol, but it does nothing to you. It doesn't get you drunk. And you have to question, you like, whoa,
yeah,
why?
That seems pointless to me, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Everyone's different, I guess.
I suppose so, yeah. But this guy obviously didn't believe in it too much, so, you know, we've got to go with that. But fair enough. Anyway, it's about time I get down to business here. So, what do we have? You guys will be greatly saddened to hear that not only was Starfleet Academy cancelled, but any hopes of it being brought back for another season, like fan petitions and so on, were finally dashed today because they are tearing down the sets. Sadly, they are being destroyed. Yeah, a crew member from the show reports that teams are already de-rigging the studios used for the latest Star Trek series. Also, though, a local online auction is going to take place on Friday for pieces of the set. So get your bids in now, guys.
That's so funny because I made the backstage joke. Oh, they should have a yard sale. And they are, apparently.
They are. They literally are. I think it's actually quite interesting to look at because this set is way bigger than I expected. I assumed most of it was CGI, but this is big. Yeah. I mean, this would have taken a lot of time and money to make. Not well invested, I think.
Yeah, honestly, I actually, of all the things about that show, the one thing I did like is this part of the set because it really did feel like a campus. It did feel kind of futuristic in that way. I thought the set was really nicely done, but that does not in its own make a good show. So
for sure. I mean, you could tell that they spent money on this show. I mean,
yeah, it's almost sad, isn't it? It's like there's a lot of craftsmanship in something like that. A lot of people worked really hard.
Yeah.
Oh no, Mauler, don't fall into the whole like people worked hard on this, so you can't criticize it.
I didn't say that other part. Never will I.
People did work hard on it, and people put a lot of time and effort into it. But that doesn't mean it's going to be good if you don't actually focus on the story, the editing, and all the things you need to do to satisfy the fans and the fans that are going to show up. So
I think that's the sad thing with most of these modern shows and movies. Like from a technical perspective, they're usually fairly solid. Like set design, the production values, even the cinematography a lot of the time is pretty good. The VFX are usually quite good. It's the writing. 9 times out of 10, it's the writing that lets it down. And it's like the thing that lets it down is the easiest thing to fix. Because like with writing, you're not constrained by budget or like actors or anything like that. Like when you're just sitting there writing out your scripts, you can effectively do anything. Yeah, like, you know, it has to be filtered through the lens of production capabilities and all that later. But the story, the dialogue, the character development, that stuff can be as good or as bad as you make it. And the only constraint is you, the writer. And it's such a shame that that's the thing that gets neglected so badly with so many of these projects.
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much hit the nail on the head. It's always going to be restricted by the capabilities and skill set of the writer. And Alex Kurtzman is just one of the worst creatives of the past decade. He's utterly ruined Star Trek. I had a feeling we'd probably be discussing this, so I watched the first episode yesterday, and I couldn't bear to watch another episode. Like, I don't know, I feel as though he fundamentally misunderstands Roddenberry's vision, being built around the idea that humanity grows through wisdom, curiosity, and discipline. This show just feels like it replaces all of that intellectual and moral growth with Degrassi High in space. I don't know who the audience is for this.
Just before we go on, I'm just going to bring in Metatron now. I think he fell victim slightly to the different time zones that we're on here, but I think he's ready to go now. So welcome, sir.
Hi, hello. Sorry for being late.
No, it's cool, man. These things happen a lot. Sadly, we're all in different time zones.
Yeah,
we're all just trying to figure it out. So no, it's good to have you here, though, my friend.
I appreciate. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Hello.
Just to bring you up to speed here, we were just talking that they are tragically tearing down the sets now for Starfleet Academy. The show's cancelled. They are demolishing the place, and there's a picture there of them being taken apart.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, and we were just commenting there that's for all the money that got pumped into this, for all the production values and all that good stuff. Even some of the actors were good. The thing that let it down ultimately was just the terrible writing and the failure to understand what made Star Trek what it is.
As usual.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually I did my first 4 episodes and did a deep dive review of the first 4 episodes because of the crazy editing flaw that I found. And then I just couldn't go back to watch anymore. But then I had some of my viewers asking me to do a review of the season.
Mm-hmm.
So I've slowly been going through the episodes. I can't do too many at once because it drives me a bit crazy.
Oh, no.
But the one thing that really stood out to me is every single episode seems to go after a different slice of the audience. And so one thing that really stands out, and I've seen this in a few shows, different series lately, is that when you write for a segment of the audience in each episode, you never touch your whole audience. And so you end up losing people each episode because you're writing for people in a slim minority of your viewership rather than the majority of your viewership. And I think that's one of the big things that they got wrong with this series, other than some of the other crappy writing and all that stuff, is that they were writing for segments of their audience and there was nothing holistic to pull it all together.
I 100% agree. I mean, I guess this is what happens when it's like, I guess you want to appeal to identity politics or anything. You have to go by each particular identity group. And if that's all you're going to appeal to, you're never going to grab that wider audience who just want universal, interesting storytelling. There's such a difference between exploring politics and exploring identity politics in your storytelling. One can lead to interesting stuff like you got with the original series or Next Generation. The other avenue leads you to garbage like this, which gets cancelled because nobody warms to it. And it's just, I would love it if they could learn a lesson from this. I just don't think they will necessarily. I mean, we currently don't have any new Star Trek shows or projects in production right now, which is perhaps a good sign in that maybe they want to get rid of Kurtzman, maybe they want to get rid of Secret Hideout, reboot the franchise, start again. That would be great if they could. But
like, how many failures, Like, come on. It's getting a little ridiculous.
I mean, Red Letter Media broke this story, didn't they? Where Mike was talking, and I would go on faith here that he's correct on this because I don't think these guys indulge in hyperbole very often. That the show was averaging 40,000 viewers per episode, 400,000 for the entire season. Right,
rough.
I get more views than that. If I got 400,000 views on a video, I would consider that a failure. Right, But and my videos don't cost $100 million to make. So I just cannot fathom. I cannot fathom the degree of, or the full magnitude of this failure. I don't even know if Paramount can. If I was an executive there, I'd feel physically sick if I'd invested that much money and got that in return.
Do they? Two questions. One, does Paramount think it's a failure? And I guess the second question would be, why do you think Alex has had such a stranglehold on the IP for so long? Because he's not particularly talented. He doesn't really understand what made the original Star Trek so memorable. So why do they keep bringing him back to work on these projects?
I don't know if it's a case that they keep bringing him back. I think it's more a case that he's got a contract that's locked in for a period of time, and so they just can't get rid of him. Also, I think there's probably a dearth of people who are willing and able to take over from him, which is probably another problem. I mean, maybe from the perspective of Paramount, it's like, well, this guy seems to be super busy. He's churning out loads of shows. There's loads of like grand plans for all these things. He's even putting out movies with Section 31. That's something, right? Like, it's better than doing nothing at all. So I don't know if that's maybe their rationale for why they've kept him around this long, and it would have just been too expensive to fire him. And maybe in the slate of Paramount projects that they've got going on, Star Trek is actually pretty small potatoes at this point. You know, they've got things like the Taylor Sheridan shows, which are really their bread and butter now. Like, that's what people are tuning into Paramount for.
Yeah. I would just like to let Metatron know he's getting a lot of love in the comments for his t-shirt.
I appreciate. Oh yeah, Iron Maiden up the irons. I think the other day was the Megadeth T-shirt. Got a couple of Metallica.
What's your favorite Iron Maiden album?
Oh, I don't have a favorite Iron Maiden album. I'll listen to anything, but I do have a favorite Metallica album, and would be Ride the Lightning. I'm old school.
They're from my hometown.
Nice. Oh, really?
Yeah, I got to see them at this theater called the Phoenix Theater in downtown Petaluma. Amazing. Amazing.
Oh, yeah. That's good. Old school metal. I mean, I guess you could guess that I'm a metalhead, although then again, I'll tell you. Modern audiences, I've been asked, are you transitioning a couple of times because of the long hair?
Yeah.
Which is like, so anyone who was born before in the 70s, 80s, 90s, 60s would immediately think metalhead, but here we are.
Yeah. The long hair must be great in the mosh pit. Just like,
all right, I totally got us off track because I am a metalhead as well. So yay, you. Yay.
Let me just answer this one here. When you're tossing around the sums of money that they do and you're allowed to do it, why should they care about anything? Well, I mean, it's their money ultimately, isn't it? So I can see why Alex Kurtzman doesn't care about anything, but with Paramount, hey, he spent it hundreds of millions of dollars. What's the return?
Do you think, you know, the people who make these sets and stuff, do they ever find it soul crushing, or do they have put the show on and with their family? They're like, I made that. Look, that's all that means that and that. Or do they just go like, that's another show where all that work goes to shit?
Having
they get
spoken
paid, but you know, I'm talking about the artistry side.
Yeah, I mean, I've spoken to people like on crew and stuff that have worked on like a million different things, and like when you've been in the industry for a while, you kind of just see it as a job, and it's like, well, this thing turned out shit or whatever, but hey, I'm happy with the work that I did, you know, and I did the best I could. That's all. They become super pragmatic about it, because I think you probably have to be. You'd have to have that detachment there. I mean, it's probably like a fucking farmer or something who has to deal with putting down animals. Like, yeah, you can't really get emotionally attached to them because, you know, that's not the way you need to be in order to function. So, yeah, I think they deal with it that way.
They have no control over the story, so you're right. They're quite pragmatic. I'm friends with like a person who works on set construction, and he builds all of these elaborate sets here in Australia, and he's been doing it for 30 years, and he doesn't really care about whether or not the film ends up being fantastic. Obviously, he'd prefer if it were and it was seen by a wide range of people, but he's extremely proud of the work that he puts into each film, and that's the only thing he has control over. So
yeah, there's one here actually. I'm gonna have to go on faith that this is true, but Hey, Drinker, huge fan in Canada. I'm in dialysis while watching you today. I was part of the crew that tore down the Starfleet Academy set here in Toronto. I haven't enjoyed destroying something more in my entire life.
Ah,
Aw.
hope you're doing well, sir.
I mean, yeah, gosh, dialysis. I mean, yeah, I hope you're okay, bud.
I do think that the artists, I mean, the people that put these sets together and the costumes and all of that, they are artisans. They have so much talent, whether it's that tactile practical work that they're doing or the digital work. It's beautiful. I gotta give shout out to the people that work on these things, whether on Starfleet Academy or some of the other shows that fail and you don't get your due as a creator of those spaces. You guys deserve the hugest shout out because you're like the unsung heroes of television and film. You just don't get the credit you deserve.
No, there's a lot of people, I think, within the industry that could deserve, like Academy Awards that recognize like different parts of the industry. Because there's not an Academy Award for stunt work, which is one of those ones that I think it just seems like a no-brainer. Like these guys, they literally risk life and limb to do the job that they do, and man, they should get recognition for that on a broad industry level, not with their own like unique awards, or their own ceremony that's like sequestered away, but like they should get that. And all of these things like set design and stuff, like these things deserve a bit more recognition than they get, because as we were saying earlier, there's many projects where it's like a shit movie, it's horribly written, might even be badly directed, but man, like you can tell like the set designers, the production side of things absolutely worked their ass off to make the best looking thing that they could. I mean, what was that one that we watched together, Muller? It was like The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, right? Where pretty goofy movie, right? And some horrible composite shots in that. But man, some of the production design on it is absolutely gorgeous. Like they put
of effort
so much work into that.
There's a big old budget for that movie, isn't it?
Yeah.
They really bet a lot on that working out, which
It's the same with video
ended
games.
Sean Connery's career.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Yeah, it pissed him off so much he quit movies. Here's an update from our friend here. I'm fighting till I get the new kidney, bro. I will survive to see this garbage be retired and replaced by proper entertainment and not identity crap or the message. Thanks for the shout out. Well, thank you, man. And we wish you all the best. I hope you get that new kidney pronto.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Here we go. Thank fuck Connery did that and not Lord of the Rings.
Still want to see it though. Just show me if you want to see it. It'd be funny.
Because I think we could probably surmise like Ian McKellen is infinitely better as Gandalf than Sean Connery would have been. But holy fuck, it
would have been fun.
It would have been fascinating to watch.
Connery didn't understand the material. He had no idea what the Lord of the Rings was or who Gandalf was.
I mean, this is the guy who did Zardoz back in the 70s as well. Like, damn,
and there were plenty of like it didn't. Alec Guinness didn't understand Star Wars. He was like, I don't know, fuck this is, but whatever, I'll do it. And
it's about a space wizard, whatever.
Yeah. So maybe it would have been the best performance in his whole career. You don't know. We don't know, indeed.
Tell you what we do know, though, right? We know what Fandango reckons are going to be the biggest movies of this year, the ones that they are most excited for in 2026. Shall we take a quick look at them?
Let's do it.
Absolutely.
Because
they're
there's one
all
movie
original films, right?
Yeah, sure. There's one movie that's conspicuously absent from this, though, so I'll let you be the judge. So, number one spot, Toy Story 5. So don't care about that. Spider-Man Brand New Day. It's probably going to be all right, I guess.
I don't know. I love Spider-Man, so I'm rooting for that one.
Devil Wears Prada 2. No idea why they're making that, but sure.
Didn't the first one make a bunch of money? Is that might actually be a good idea? I don't even know. I'm not a Devil Wears Prada fucking fan, but
aren't we talking like 10 years down the line? Like the first one.
If anything, it's taken them too long, right? You would have thought they would have done fucking 5 of them by now. I could be wrong. I don't know if it did well or not. If it did, that makes sense in a sad way.
Odyssey, Metatron. Are you excited for that?
Oh yeah, I can't wait, mate. to see them destroy my ancestors. Love it.
Oh,
I've braced for intense historical accuracy with that one.
Yeah.
Scary
I'd be-
movie.
I'd be
Sorry.
happy with mythological accuracy at this point.
Scary movie. I'm kind of interested. I think it could be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
I don't know if they'll have the balls to like make an actual funny comedy that pokes fun at modern culture, but sure.
But like that's not enough. Even if they did cross some lines that we'd love, is like they also have to be funny. It's tough, man.
Oh yeah.
It's like
I
being funny's hard.
It didn't used to be. It is now.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just we had more people who were good at it.
Yeah, Moana.
I'll watch that just to figure out where the Rock's nipples are. They're missing in the trailer.
all right.
This
That
is
was not a
important.
comment I was expecting today, but okay.
Yeah, because we had. I'm going to compare this to like what? I'm going to compare it to like Lilo and Stitch, right? So they did the live action remake of that. I feel like it's going to go down a similar path, where it's broadly going to adhere to the themes and ideas of the original, but I think it's going to be updated for the modern audience, and it's going to be sad. Minions and Monsters.
Man, I
What?
saw the trailer for that.
Yeah,
Against my
True.
will, of course.
it was during the Super Mario Galaxy movie, right, Morlo?
Yeah.
It was awful. It's like Cthulhu monsters and minions. It's
I feel towards Minions the same way I feel towards Baby Yoda.
Yeah, that's fair.
I at this point, like they were kind of funny, like in the Despicable Me movies. Then they got their own movie, and then suddenly they were in everything. And like, I just want them to fucking die.
Yeah.
I don't like them anymore. Mortal Kombat 2, I'm actually
Yeah.
quite excited for.
Yes.
How long did it take them? I remember watching the first one when I was like 13. Goodness gracious.
I mean, yeah. So we got this. When was the previous Mortal Kombat? That was 3 years ago. 4
Something like
years
that,
ago?
yeah.
Oh,
Three,
yeah.
Yeah,
4
it's
years
been a
ago, yeah.
while. I think
Oh, then it's
Have-
not the one I'm thinking.
no.
I
This
thought you
is
were making a joke.
I know.
No, I actually
Me
meant
too.
it. I
No,
guess
the-
I skipped to the other one.
This is not a sequel to the 1995 Mortal
No.
Oh,
Kombat.
that's a shame. That's a shame.
I mean, that already had its own sequel, though, didn't it? Like,
Yeah, Annihilation.
Yes.
Did it?
Annihilation.
Okay.
I mean, that was
This one-
terrible, but yeah.
This one is a sequel to a movie that had a broken identity, and if they focus on the things that are important and fun, they could be okay. That's what we're hoping for.
Yeah.
We're hoping.
I mean, having Carl Urban in there is a pretty strong. That's
Yeah,
a pretty strong asset for them. I think
They
we're
need
all
to get the
excited see
ninja
him,
right. They need to get the ninjas right.
for sure. Supergirl, you guys excited for that?
ooh,
yeah.
I'm just enjoying.
for that.
I'm enjoying how much people are having to fake like hype for it. It feels like this one's rough for them, like on social media. Sort of like crawling out of bed, like yeah, let's woo, Supergirl, yeah, it's gonna be great. Like, come on, guys, we can all admit this is pointless. Like, no one's gonna give a shit.
Yeah, I don't think people are going to give a shit, but I'm still going to watch it. I never liked Supergirl in the comics. I don't know why, but I don't know. I'm curious what they do with this film. I'm willing to give it a try, but
I'm surprised she's blonde and white.
I kind of am, yeah. At this point, I thought
just
they
gonna
would have
say-
taken the opportunity.
I'm just gonna say,
they're going for realism.
yeah.
Finally.
And then I love how number 10 is just an Insidious sequel.
This is
Whatever.
this is a pretty sad top 10 anticipated films. Gonna say.
Yeah.
I mean,
Insidious
to-
are fine if you're drunk.
I-
I enjoyed. Like first one was fun.
I mean, sure, I guess, like, because I'm going to come along to the point about what's missing from this in a second. I know I glossed over Toy Story 5 at the beginning, but I'll just say, like, fucking stop, man. Stop with the Toy Story movies. I know we
I
talked
could
about
have
this
sworn
before.
they said the fourth one was like their goodbye. Tom Hanks and some other people, whatever. It's like that's definitely the end of the story. When the third one was obviously the end of the story. I don't know, man. It's
Well,
just so pathetic.
This feels like You know, in Titanic, right? When fucking the ship sinks and then Jack and Rose are like floating on the door thing, and then like he dies and stuff. The Toy Story series now is like if you just carried on making a movie about them just floating in the ocean, like waiting to get rescued, and that's like the next 3 movies. It's
Not like, but
you've-
they're rescued by another Titanic. And then
you
what?
thought it couldn't happen again. Yeah, it's just like their continuing adventures or some shit like that. And it's like, you've told your story. You did it with 3 movies. Yeah, you know, the third one was just kind of a rehash of the ideas of the second, but like it was fine. It brought it to a really nice ending, and that's perfect. Now, 4th one was just milking it, and then the 5th one, where the fuck are you even going with it? You're going to talk about like, oh, the rise
Technology.
of iPads?
Yeah.
Brother,
They're really,
I think
contemporary
they're
with
gonna
that, like-
they're gonna add the pronouns. They're gonna add one toy that is gender fluid, and it's gonna be that's they them.
Is it going to be a dildo?
No,
Oh.
I saw the trailer for it. The main toy, like the evil toy, is like, remember those stupid little early iPads for kids, like the speak and say thing?
Yeah.
That's like the evil toy. That's their nemesis. Is the little.
I'm
digital-
sure the conclusion will be that technology is okay in moderation, everyone. Just
Yeah.
gotta be careful. And be like, okay.
Yeah. Hey, Jennifer,
Yeah.
before you announce the one that's missing, I would love to have the audience actually guess. Like in the comments, you guys, put in the comments the one you think is missing.
Yeah, let's see what you got to say. I will say, like when you're talking about technology and stuff, it totally reminds me of the story for like Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die, where like the ultimate premise of it is like AI is okay, you know, as long as it's properly governed. It's like, is it? Should we really be excited for it? I'm not.
Is it that AI is okay, or that AI is inevitable, which is why it needs to have some sort of like safeguards in place?
Well, I
'Cause you
guess that's
can
what I'm
never
saying.
really-
Because like what it wants you to take from it is like it's inevitably coming. Don't fight it, and it's just if it has some kinds of governance behind it, then you don't have to be afraid of it. And it's like, well, I don't think that's enough, really.
Right.
I feel I prefer to take like the Terminator 1 approach, where it's like, no, artificial intelligence is probably going to lead to like horrible outcomes for all of us. I would
Yeah,
rather
like-
stop it.
Like John Connor getting killed as a kid and a girl replaces him. You don't want that to happen. That's down to Legion, okay? Not even Skynet.
Mauler, you're such a bigot, okay? Jesus.
You know, they're
It's
going
so funny in retrospect, though.
to Joanna Connor.
The genius idea of don't worry, we're not ruining the end of T2, and that they did stop Skynet and it's great. However, unfortunately, a different AI is now rising, and the different person has to raise a rebellion to save them. It's like, oh, gotcha.
Right. Instead of
Which is-
Anthropic's AI, it's now OpenAI's AI. Sorry, Naya.
No, it's okay. And she's also a hobbit. She's like 4 foot tall. And she's the leader of the resistance, because that makes sense.
Ugh, yeah.
Gotta send the girl Terminator back to rescue her.
They
Sarah
guessed it.
Connor.
Don't they have that like moment in the future, like the post-apocalyptic world, where she like beats up a bunch of scavengers that are trying to take down someone else, and she's got like the little dreadlocks and stuff. It's like trying to be all tough. Like,
It's
you're a
awful.
child. Stop.
So awful. I don't even remember who that actress was.
Well, we'll probably never see her in anything again ever.
Mm-mm.
Anyway, yeah, the people of chat, we were
They
asked
guessed
to-
it. They guessed it.
I think I saw a couple of them, yeah. But the
I can
movie
tell
that
you.
were
I can
movie
tell
you're
you.
missing.
We've got More Coffee Man guessed. It was the first guess, and then Brunch Princess was the second guess. I think.
Yeah. Well, here it is. Like, this is the first one I've seen just as we're talking here. It is the Mandalorian and Grogu.
Oh well, then no. Sorry.
Like, honestly,
All right. I thought you were setting something up.
last time a Star Wars film came out and it wasn't in the summer top 10 list if it was coming out in the summer. Like, this is the first time that's ever happened.
That should tell us quite a bit about how little impact Star Wars has at this point. Like, it's not. In fact, it's been edged out by an untitled Insidious sequel. They are more anticipating of that than they are of a Star Wars movie. Wow.
Sad.
Anyone excited for Mandalorian and Grogu? Except
God,
as a
no.
reviewer on YouTube, you know.
It'll,
Right,
how much
and
do you think we're going to be able to get out of it as a conversation, even? Because it's going to be a nothing film.
It will be, yeah. It's not going to be controversial in any way. It's just going to be meh. I think the only conversation that you'll get to have out of it is going to be the box office returns.
Mhm.
Right.
I should think.
Well, because the most it'll do story-wise is push us toward the sequel trilogy again, which was always just, who cares? Like,
Yeah.
Oh, great. Please, further set up Snoke so we can watch him get cut in half. Like, what's the point?
Yeah.
You know what? This is a little bit off topic. Is I saw like a fan made video of Luke talking to someone. I'm not sure who it was. I think it might have been Mara Jade, about how Rey is actually related to Luke, because after Vader chopped off his arm, his hand was still there, and so the Emperor used his hand as the basis for the genetic manipulation and creating a clone. And so the Emperor's son was actually using Luke's DNA. And so that would make Rey a continuation of Luke in a way. And I thought that was an interesting take that I
cool.
hadn't thought about.
That
Oh,
hand
that's
has done
cool.
a lot of heavy lifting in Star Wars lore, I feel like. It's like, you know, how did that lightsaber end up in Maz Kanata's like treasure box? It's another question for another time, I guess. But somehow.
When I just hear an extended explanation that involves any kind of cloning or dark Sith magic or ancient things and prophecy, blah, blah, with relation to Disney Star Wars, I'm just tying the noose at this point. There's no point in listening to any of this. It's just going to go nowhere. It's going to be horrible. So it's just like, please stay away, move far away from any character I recognize. But the opposite is happening, of course. Filoni will be bringing them all in after Favreau. This is the last Favreau project, right?
Yeah, he's out. I think he's done. I don't blame him one bit. Just get the fuck out of there, bro.
I want to remind people not to have respect for him. He made The Lion King. Like, it's over for him after that. That's one of the most insulting artistic projects that's ever existed in culture. So
didn't he know? Like, he knew what he was doing.
what do you
with
mean?
that, and
He took the money.
well, wasn't it more a case of like, if you do this, then we'll fund your next project and get that made?
Which was what?
Well, I don't fucking know.
As far as I'm concerned, he's been a Disney stooge for like 7 years. So, you know, I think any respect I had for him as a creative is gone by now.
But he did Iron Man, Muller. Come on.
That was when we were children at this point.
Speak for your fucking self. I was old even then. Let me just answer a couple of super chats before I move on here. This one here from Dunkirk Media. Thanks for the shout out for our Kickstarter for the Battle of Britain, The Shelter. We've started our crowdfunding and really hope we could buy that celebratory drink when we're funded. Thanks for inspiring indie creators. Well, no, I wish you the best of luck, guys, and I hope it works out for you. Get that thing funded. I want to see more independent stuff get made. Done for. Sorry, a bit off chat, but thanks, Drinker, for recommending Mr. In Between. Would also recommend a film called Saipan. Nice. And yeah, Mr. In Between, I enjoyed the hell out of that. It was one of those lovely instances where I finally took some people's recommendations that have been pestering me for years and watched it, and I was like, fuck yeah, this is really good. Yeah, definitely recommend Mr. In Between. You can get it on Disney Plus. It's all there, all the episodes, and it's a really good fucking show. Seasons 1 and 2 are probably the best. Season 3 sort of is up and down a little bit, but loved it. Loved what they did with that. Yeah, looking at the list, it's an insult they didn't include Godzilla -0. That is true, yeah.
That's a November release.
I was going to say, that's a summer movie.
Yeah.
I suppose so, yeah. No, that's fair, then. That's fair.
Because if it was for the year, Doomsday would be in there, right? Because everyone can't wait for that.
Yeah.
Dune
I
would be
I'm
on that
so
too.
excited for Doomsday.
So excited.
Yeah. 1-3, Drinker, I've been kidnapped by the Brazilian gangs. The only way to save me is by watching the movie Tropa de Elite. Do it, Drinker. Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope. Look, man, I'm trying to... currently, I'm making my way through Durandar, that Indian movie that everyone tells me to watch. So, yeah, it's about 4 hours long. So it's like I'm having to do it in 2 shifts, basically. But that is quite good, actually. Yeah, but I can only do one at a time. So give me some time with this one. Anyway, I've done that. Give me 1 second here. Yeah, there was another thing I was going to share with you guys. It's actually kind of relevant to me in particular because I interviewed Andy Weir recently, the author of The Martian and Project Hail Mary, and he had some choice words about Alex Kurtzman and Star Trek and stuff, which I 100% support. But anyway, because of that, he's, I guess, been under a bit more scrutiny recently. And some of his comments from further back, I think this was from an interview way back in 2018 when he gave his thoughts on storytelling and the use of political allegories and pandering and stuff like that in storytelling kind of resurfaced. And I think this is a really interesting quote, actually, because it sparked quite a lot of discussions online. Even Elon Musk retweeted it and said that he was right on. But I'll read it out for you here. He was talking about social commentary in storytelling. He says, I dislike social commentary, like I really hate it. When I'm reading a book, I just want to be entertained, not preached at by the author. Plus, it ruins the wonder of the story if I know the author has a political or social axe to grind. I no longer speculate about all the possible outcomes of the story because I know for a fact that the universe of that book will conspire to ensure that the author's political agenda is validated. I hate that. I put no politics or social commentary into my stories at all. Anyone who thinks they see something like that is reading it on their own. I have no point to make. I'm not trying to affect the reader's opinion on anything. My sole job is to entertain, and I stick to that. To that end, I also don't talk about my personal political opinions publicly. I don't want readers to even know, honestly. I don't want that in the back of their minds when they read my stuff. My goodness, what a breath of fresh air. I wish more
Man after
creators
my
were
own
like
heart.
that.
That was great.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
It should be the norm. I would like to underline, though. This should be normal,
Yeah,
not
this is
a
wacky.
gem.
This is wacky and unusual to the point of being like, why would you say this publicly? Be careful. But
Not only that, but we do know that the radical left is going to read this as, oh, he's a far right guy.
Yes.
Not. He really is not. He's a story first guy.
Of course.
He's all about what do you put in the story so that the story is good and tells the tale. And he's absolutely right. It's once you release it out into the world, the people that are reading it or watching it or doing whatever with it, they're bringing their own interpretations to it. And that's how art has always worked. That's how it's supposed to work.
I think he's 100% right. Like on the surface level of like, you know, no one wants to be preached and pandered to. That's fine. And I 100% agree with that. But on that sort of deeper level, in terms of your enjoyment of the story, once you get that feeling of the author, like I'm not seeing a story here, I'm seeing the author's own personal hang-ups and like frustrations and political views just projected onto this story. He's 100% right in that it just removes you immediately from your immersion. It breaks the immersion of the story, and suddenly you're not able to enjoy it on that level anymore because you're very much aware of the motivations of the person who's writing it. Whereas a good story should just immerse you in it. You're part of the story then, and you're not thinking about, whoa, what was the author thinking when they wrote this? Because that's not what you should be aware of.
You can predict the whole story usually when you know that's happening too. You see all the pieces well ahead of time, and then it all rolls out exactly as you'd expect because of who everyone is. Like when you have it get so overt that, you know, the evil faction and the good faction are just they're like, you know, this is the correct ideology and I beat you to death, all the ideology I don't like. You're sort of sitting there like I think it's a Thanos quote where you just go, your politics bore me. It's just like, come on, do something interesting, say something instead of just reaffirming one very narrow viewpoint on the world. And then you see people who are just like, I fucking love that film. It's like, why? It's like, because the guys I hate got beaten up by the guys I like.
Yeah.
Like, okay. Anything else?
Well-
It's like, you know.
Well, when messaging becomes the priority in storytelling, which it often has of late, characters stop behaving like people and they start, becoming mouthpieces for the writer's political opinions. Like the heroes become avatars for the ideas that are approved by the writer, and then the villains become kind of like caricatures built to embody the ideas that they disapprove of, right? Like there's no sense of wonder or mystery. Everything's kind of spelt out. You're digging through the text for the subtext that would support a foregone conclusion, essentially.
As far as I'm concerned, there's nothing useful to be gained from, like cartoon versions of an ideology you hate getting beaten to shit by the idealistic, perfect versions of the ideology you love. And if anything, there's nothing to gain from that at all. It's not even how you gauge in real life in any way, with all kinds of people with all kinds of opinions and perspectives and combinations of all these different things. Just watching something like that is like the worst kind of fantasy. Where you're just like, yeah, this is how I want to live my life. Kill all the people I disagree with.
Yeah, because it's like when you create straw men to knock down, obviously it's pathetic. But like the artistically brave thing to do would be to like create the smartest version of the ideology that you dislike or you disagree with, and let it play out on the page or on the screen or whatever. And then see where it goes creatively. But I feel like so many authors or so many writers in Hollywood either don't have the courage to do that because they're terrified of where it would ultimately lead them, or they know that they can't do it because they would get shunned by their peers.
On this topic, have you seen people discussing BioShock recently? They've been saying like everyone should play it. It's a really awesome game. And a lot of people will tell you it's not hyper political. It's very fun. It's sort of like fun validation that other people are like, it's extremely political. How could you miss that? But then other people are like, well, it's very clearly anti-objectivism. And then it's like, well, no, it's anti-capitalist actually if you pay attention. It's like, no, it's anti-communist if you pay attention. You just sit there like
the projection. It becomes a projection.
Yeah. It's whatever. To me, I'm just like, man, that game's pretty successful then, huh? Like it gets you thinking about all kinds of stuff and doesn't seem to pick a definitive side. Though anyone would tell you you're a retard if you think it doesn't pick a particular side. It's that kind of
becomes tribalistic at the end of the day. And if you are too political in the pandering and messaging, what happens is that people will say that agree with your politics, will call your work, whether it be a game or a book, awesome without reading it. And then people that hate you will hate it and give you 0 stars out of 5 simply because you don't have the politics that they like. And at the end of the day, what's the point with that? It becomes tribalistic.
Right. And the other thing that ends up happening then is if you put so many politics or social moments into your story, what happens when that social moment goes by? Suddenly your story is out of date and it feels old. If you write your stories, whether it's fiction or comics or anime or film, whatever it might be, if you write your story, really putting the story first, putting the characters first, and realizing that these people are not silos. They don't belong in one group or the other. Humans kind of go across that expanse of different things that different people believe, and they believe things to different degrees as well. And they change their minds partway through believing whatever it is they might be experiencing in that story. I mean, that's the point of a plot, to get people to change and grow and be different, from the beginning to the end. And if you don't do that with your stories, you basically put a timestamp on your story, and you know that after a certain point in time, your story's dead and it's over, and that's the end of it.
100%.
I would
go ahead, Drinker.
And I would add to that I've begun to realize that there are certain ideas or certain worldviews that are so universal that they essentially don't age out, like the things that you're describing there. Because the example that we could probably easily cite would be something like The Lord of the Rings, right? Written in the 1940s and 50s. So we're talking like 70, 80 years ago now, but still just as loved and still just as relevant now. Like, because the themes that espouses, heroism, loyalty, bravery, honor, dignity, the the idea of different peoples uniting against a common threat. These are universal themes that transcend just petty ideologies and personal politics and like whatever happens to be flavor of the month. And it does make you wonder, man, do we need more of that in storytelling?
Are
Because
you just not aware of how problematic Lord of the Rings is? My God.
They
I
have
already
been
told you I
trying.
liked it more. Like,
They've
what more do you
tried
want
it.
from me? But,
Yeah,
like,
they tried.
But if we take a modern example here, Project Hail Mary, right? What is the theme of that? It's like people from vastly different cultures, and in this case, species, learning to overcome differences in order to work together towards a common goal. And the overarching theme you have is friendship, loyalty, self-sacrifice in order to help other people. Not too difficult to get past. And pretty universal for most people. And again, it's like the #1 most successful movie that we've got right now.
The beauty of universal themes is that not only do they more broadly appeal to more people, but they have a longer shelf life because those things are permanent, right? Whereas stories built around today's political climate often age quite badly because that's tied to a fashion, a slogan, or the anxieties of a very specific moment in time.
Yes. Well, we'll look at one battle after another, right? All the Oscars this year. That 10 years from now, that movie is going to be so fucking dated because the angst and the politics that it revolves around, like, it's going to be irrelevant by that point.
Absolutely.
That's the thing. Like, that's when you cater to like whatever happens to be going on right now. As you say, it dates incredibly quickly. I would argue that movie was dated before it even came out, but that's another argument.
That movie was dated before it came out, and I disagree with so many of the awards. Some of the awards it got, I do agree with, but so many of the awards that it got, I just think there were better choices. And that's a perfect example of a movie that gets caught in its own time and then it's over. People won't be thinking about that movie a year from now, I promise you.
Let me just answer a couple more super chats as we go along here. Let's see. Before too long, it wouldn't even matter if characters are story or lore accurate because no one is going to give a damn either way. Apathy will finish the job. I mean, that's a black pill way of looking at life, I think, but
it almost refeeds in though, because the people who care about it are the people who they're trying to get to watch it by banking on the IP, if you know what I mean. So then they just won't make the IP anymore.
Yeah.
Which, everyone loses. So thanks, guys. Good job.
50 critical drinker memberships gifted by Tukalicious. So thank you, my friend. That is very generous indeed. Thank you. Let's see. Yeah. Social commentary will also make a story the opposite of timeless. Making a story that can be read generations from now and still be meaningful is something that should be more important to an author. Yes, exactly what we've just been saying there. And yeah, it's like so many of them prioritize just cheap, petty political point scoring in the present day rather than creating something that will stand the test of time. I mean, if it makes them happy, sure, but like, good luck to you, I guess. Andy is awesome. Kurtzman can toss a salad or learn to write. That's fine too. Yeah, I mean, I know he ultimately had to apologize to Alex Kurtzman, but I don't. Alex Kurtzman's a fucking retard. So he's the worst thing to happen to Star Trek since J.J. Abrams, and that was pretty bad by itself. Yeah, it's a nice quote from Andy Weir, but I'm not buying it. Repeatedly in Project Hail Mary, the book, he repeats some global warming alarmism that reads as if it's ripped from the NY Times. No, he's explained that to me. The scenes that he wrote was to set up the nuking of Antarctica, right? And for people who haven't read the book, one of the things that they're trying to do to buy a bit more time for the human race and for the Project Hail Mary to succeed is to release more carbon into the atmosphere, carbon dioxide, in order to create a global warming effect that will, to some extent, counteract the dimming of the sun. And he talks a lot about global warming and greenhouse gas emissions in order to set up that scene where they then trigger a bunch of nuclear weapons or nuclear warheads in Antarctica to melt the ice, release the carbon dioxide, and like stave off the greenhouse, or to stave off the effects of the sun plunging us into another ice age. That was the reason behind it. It was like a mechanical thing rather than anything.
He's a drinker.
Right.
I've read this book, I think, 4 times now. Did Andy mention, like, once the solution gets back to Earth and they're able to fix the problem, what are they going to do with all the greenhouse gases they just released on the planet?
It's a slow process because I don't know if it necessarily fixes the problem or if it just stops it getting worse. But he did say, like, there's a potential to do like a sequel 10, 15 years down the line, or I think it'd be more than that actually, because it's like an 11 light year gap between systems. So yeah, I think there was a potential to do a sequel where Earth is like this post-apocalyptic, not completely destroyed, but like, you know, the entire balance of power throughout the world is shifted. Governments have collapsed. Like entire areas are uninhabitable. Like, how do you begin to rebuild that? So there is something to be done there. Whether he'll do it, I don't know. No. Anyway, I probably shouldn't say any more there. Yeah, Drinker, you maker and breaker of box offices. Yeah, that's it. I've got that power. Do you know of the work of Feral Historian? His sci-fi deep dives are masterclass in literary analysis. I think he'd be a great contribution to the open bar crowd. I've not heard of that. No, like, have you guys heard of?
No,
this
never
guy?
heard of it,
No.
but the name sounds cool.
Let's see. I'm going to look him up just now. Feral Historian. So let's see
I'm
what he's
having
got here.
salami and mozzarella if people are wondering.
I would like
That
to.
sounds that sounds really good, actually.
I'm muting myself though. I'm learning. I swear, it only took me 12 years
We'll all do
to figure out.
Mozzarella is a difficult thing to eat on a sandwich because it does tend to like spray everywhere. Yeah, stories are cultural artifacts, whether it's epics or clay tablets or big budget films. Right, so it's like film, TV, and story analysis, basically. Okay, cool. Yeah, I can look at this guy. I'll keep him there, and maybe he'd be interested in coming on Open Bar sometime. We'll see. We will see. Yeah, what's the next one here? All these $50 super chats, man. You guys are super generous tonight. Thank you. Hail Drinker, Mauler, and Panel. As Hollywood is destroying itself and AI makes it easier for independent creators to make their own movies and shows, do you think that's the future of entertainment, independent creators and studios? I sure hope so. Mauler?
I mean, yes, but you know, I wouldn't say that it's not like AI is the thing that necessarily ushers in that I feel if AI is going to get away from us pretty fast in terms of its potential, that might just usher in a completely new world entirely. But on the front of like, I'm more interested in the sort of the iron lungs of the universe, more people trying to make stuff from the ground up here and there. And I understand that that's an anomaly in a lot of ways. It's just that it's just cool, a more ragtag, scrappy sort of production with the heart in the right place. I want more of that.
Yeah, definitely. But you know, the thing is, even Iron Lung cost what, $3-4 million to make, so
Yeah.
it's not cheap necessarily, and it's out of reach of the average person by a long way.
Oh,
but
Markiplier. Took me a second.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, Markiplier, you know, he's got like 30-40 million subscribers. He can afford to invest that kind of money to
Huge,
make
yeah.
this happen. The average person can't. But it does make me wonder if AI could be a tool for independent filmmakers. Like,
Depends
'cause-
how they use it.
yeah, I agree, because people have asked me this before, right? Like, how can AI be used for filmmaking? And I would say, like, I would much rather use real people, ideally practical effects, but they're super expensive. Step down from that, VFX houses where you're employing real people to render your CGI and stuff. But if you're an independent film production, whatever, and you've got very limited resources, could AI be that stopgap to get your project over the line? You know, if it's a sci-fi movie and you need a few shots of like spaceships or whatever it might be, can you use that to get your project finished and make it to an acceptable standard to get out there? And then maybe the next time around, you'll get more funding, you'll have more money if it's good, and then you'll be able to use like the next step up. Do you think
Yeah.
that
I
would be
still
an
think-
acceptable process?
at the same time, an arm of this future would be people who market on having no AI at all, as like, you should come check us out, you should support us because we don't use any of that.
I've begun to see that on YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Remember, people doing it with like Volume or Project Hail Mary. It's like we didn't use a single green screen, and it's just like, damn, it'll definitely be a marketing thing of we didn't use a drip of AI, not one.
Sure.
Just, I mean, I need to be careful how much I say because I don't want to bore everybody with AI talk. But in my day job, this is something I deal with. This is a lot of what I deal with right now. But AI in creative spaces will never go away. AI is a tool that is not being managed very well right now, and people are taking advantage of it. And I do think that AI in films, I don't know that we'll ever see like a full theatrical release of a film that is 100% AI with no human element in there kind of mixing it up and doing things, because it just won't work. I mean, you can make a 30-second AI only video and fine, it's okay for 30 seconds. But you can't sustain it over time. Those creative pipelines just don't, they're just not built for it. And you have to keep the human in the loop. You have to have processes in place. And the tools that our creatives use will by default have more and more AI power to them. But I just don't see them ever replacing human beings, because human beings are so brilliantly creative and AI just can't do that.
Not yet.
There is that problem of the not yet. That's what I was thinking as well.
Well, that's because, to use the Will Smith spaghetti eating example, like, it's only going to get better. It's only going to get more powerful and more capable. Like, sure, we're sitting here now saying like, well, it can't create a full movie. It can only do like short clips and stuff. That's fine for us in 2026. What about in 2028 or 2032? It's getting exponentially more powerful and capable as time passes.
It does have audiences. It does have audiences. Like on YouTube, there are several. I hate it. Like, I agree. I am so sorry. I don't know your name. You were saying, you were talking now
Erin.
about the Erin. Okay, sorry. So I agree with you 100%. The problem is that I don't know if the audience does in general, because there is, even in the history community, we continuously fight against AI-generated historical content. If you really want to use content in the worst possible way, it's awful. It's wrong. There are knights with 6 fingers. People still eat that shit up. Like, it's insane. Yeah, I know. They do, and they get a lot of views.
Yeah.
So it means that there are people that enjoy it, and that's, I mean, it's people's freedom, but I do hate it.
Yeah.
If they make any kind of like real attempt to reach a creature like Rocky someday and explain humanity's progression with AI, I hope they do it in Will Smith eating spaghetti. they show him the progress over time, and he's like, "Wow,
Yeah,
amazed."
But seriously, AI is so disingenuous to a degree. I mean, and I can't completely bash it, but just yesterday, I think it was, I noticed even on YouTube in the comment sections, there's now a way creators can just push button respond to comments that you guys are making.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I wish
AI writes it.
I get that on my fucking emails now, where it's like someone sends me an email. It's like, here's some suggested responses, and it's like, great, sounds good. I'll be right there, or whatever. Like, and it's just, Christ. Yeah, it's gonna.
One day you'll wake up and it's like, we had a conversation for you today. Would you like to see how it went?
Yeah, exactly. There's gonna be 2 AIs talking to each other and just sending a whole email chain, and it's like, I had no part of this.
And if it makes money, corporations will go for it. If AI makes content for AI bots and then it gets the comments, oh goodness gracious.
Well, we're feeding into the dead internet theory right now. Like,
well,
it's.
I mean, it's not going to be a dead internet. I have to stop talking about AI. It's just too close to me. But there will be 2 internets. There will be an AI internet and a human internet, and there will be agents that connect the two.
If you had to make a prediction,
right, with every, because all humans on YouTube are searching for algorithmic sort of Goldilocks zones for everything, and it's just like, it's no wonder that robots would be better than us at that.
Well,
yeah,
they
do it
can
automatically.
brute force it as well. You know, like
Yeah.
Of course.
say with YouTube videos, they can churn out like dozens
Oh,
per day.
Yeah, we
Right?
can't compete. We can't
Yeah,
compete with the
it
volume.
takes me like a day or two to make one video. Like they can do it in like a fraction of the time, and like they're not all going to be hits, but it doesn't matter because the sheer volume of content will overwhelm you.
Mhm.
I mean, Erin, from your point of view, right, like how we're at the stage of like primitive AI at the moment, right? How far are we from like AI? From artificial consciousness?
Skynet.
Skynet's not happening, at least not yet. No,
Aw.
but seriously, I think there are many ways to potentially get to that point. I don't see us getting to that point for a very long time, if ever. But one of the most promising advances is with the idea of world models. And that's like essentially a brain inside of an AI agent working within a simulated world that can then imagine interactions and plan things out. And world models might be the next logical step to an actual intelligence. But we're not there, and I don't know when we're going to get there. There's a lot of disagreement on that.
I hope I'm not around when we get there because it sounds terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do a couple more here before I go into the next thing. Was watching EFAP Ahsoka, and holy hell, the concept of Ahsoka from a live-action only perspective is an absolute fever dream. And now Star Wars is in its creator's effeminate hands.
Yeah, there
would have been.
Filoni. I think he's
Well,
ahead of
yeah.
you on that.
There would have been a time when, like, having a live-action Ahsoka would have been this crazy idea. Like, oh my god, I can't believe we're ever going to get this. And then we got it, and holy shit, was it not worth it?
Yeah, and people were pretty hype on that show as it was coming out, but ever since, it's just everyone kind of agrees it's a piece of shit, and now we're getting season 2. That's this year, right? Or am I mistaken that?
I have no idea. I don't care anymore.
But
I'm
that's
not
the
gonna
thing. Nobody
pretend.
will care, and he's gonna be like, "Nah, she's fucking awesome. Look, Darth Vader's gonna be in this too because the Will Between Worlds. Apparently, Obi-Wan's gonna be in it too." And it's just like, yeah, it is the anti-Andor as far as I'm concerned. And we're
Yeah.
all gonna have to love it.
Series ever, and I think people are burnt. That's the sad truth. I think people are just burnt.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that the Boys director is woke, but I don't think the show is woke. They include that ideology in the show, however. I think they're poking fun of the left the same way they poke fun at the right.
I don't know about that.
I can only go on like the first 3 seasons, but I would say like particularly towards the end, it's like, okay, if you're ever poking fun at the left, it is the most toothless, neutered, fucking careful, like, you know, you can be a little bit stupid at times as well, can't you? Like it's so fucking tenuous. So nah, like it's maybe it changes with seasons 4 and 5. I don't know, but like those first 3 seasons, man, especially 2 and 3, it's pretty obvious where the show's political leanings were.
Yeah, if we can't poke at both sides, what's the point? Like that's the whole point, right?
I honestly think The Boys, with the first season that it had, it could have been one of the greatest shows of the 2020s. But the showrunners, like insane, overpowering TDS, just scuppered it. That's the reality of it. Like, it just became like, if you ever listen to an interview with him, all he fucking ever talks about is how much he hates Trump. And how he's just infuriated by it. Like everything bad in the show is just like a stand-in for conservatives, the Christian right in America, Trump, whatever. And it's like, okay, you could poke fun at all that, fine, whatever. But like, if that's all you can do, and if that's your sole focus and your obsession, it gets old pretty quickly for anyone. And I feel like that's what's happened with The Boys. Like, so many people just checked the fuck out of it. And I don't blame them one bit.
Yeah,
I
it's
did. I
also-
just got burned out with it.
I think it's also the. Oh, I'm so sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt.
No, sorry. Go ahead, Metatron.
I was just saying, just bringing a point that although I do agree that it's correct and fine to poke fun of both sides, but also let's keep in mind that both sides aren't equal, because I don't remember the last video game that pushed right-wing politics, nor do I remember my screen. I do remember my screen on my PS5 having all the LGBTQ flags everywhere, but I don't remember a day when there was like that the cross of Jesus on my screen appearing. So like it's when it comes to movies and games, it's almost exclusively left-wing politics at this point. I could be wrong. I mean, you can prove me wrong. I'm happy to be proven wrong. But where is all the right-wing political messaging in games?
Well, how many dating simulators have you played?
I haven't played that.
What's interesting is that, like, this harkens back to our conversation about Andy Weir and that statement that he made, because Kripke has taken the opposite approach of Weir. Like, he steered every character, event, and outcome towards a foregone, predetermined political conclusion. And so now when you watch The Boys, instead of the world unfolding naturally through character, conflict, and consequence, it's all rigged. We know what his political leaning is. And so the story is much the same.
No, I agree 100%. And I think the bit that like just finally did me in was like when Huey gets sexually assaulted and like Eric Kripke just, like straight up said in an interview, yeah, we decided to play that for laughs because it's funny.
You got in trouble with everybody for that, at least.
Is it fucking funny? Because like if that happened to a woman, it wouldn't be funny. But like you suddenly think that's okay to make a joke about. Yeah, sure, buddy. Okay, go fuck yourself, you dick. It's like, I'm sorry, that's nonsense.
I don't think any woman who's ever been sexually assaulted will agree that that would be funny. And even people who were not sexually assaulted. I mean, whoever thinks that's funny, there's a problem. I don't think sexual assault's a funny thing, really. So.
I think that's when I think that's when I have trouble separating the art from the artist, when the artist is an unbelievable douchebag. It's
correct.
Like, I'm sorry, I just can't.
Correct.
I can't enjoy your fucking art, man.
Yeah. Yeah, correct. When separating the art from the artist is when he has views that I disagree with, but he's still a decent human being. If the artist is not a decent human being, I'm separating shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, I mean, as far as I know, like season 5's getting all the praise and all the applause under the sun because the only people who watch it now, I think, are people who just agree with the showrunner's worldview.
Well, that's
which is fine.
They are the ones that stick around. And I mean, I don't watch it anymore. I actually tried watching it. I didn't really like it, to be honest. But I would prefer a world in which we can talk about different things. We can, respectfully fight or disagree on different things. We can read different topics or different perspectives. And maybe it's just because I love talking to people who think and talk about whatever is interesting to them. The idea that so much of our art and literature is really the acceptable kind is so focused in one area. That means all this other area is empty and it's a void. And that's just not how humans work. And that's not how we should create art in the future. Because I don't think this time will last. This is not sustainable.
Definitely not. On the subject of The Boys, however, this is slightly on a tangent, but images began circulating of Erin Moriarty as Starlight in season 5 of The Boys, and people couldn't help but notice a slight difference compared to how she looked in the first few seasons. And I guess the only thing I can do is just show you the comparison here, man, and it makes for tough viewing. So this is the same woman, season 1 versus season 5. I mean, damn.
Oh my God.
All I can say is like Hollywood plastic surgery is one hell of a drug, and it's not a good one.
Her story in the series is supposed to be about how she's supposed to fall in line and become just like all the other sort of celebrity superheroes and get work done, show off like any sex appeal and do the product stuff, and then she like tries to reject it. It's just like, well, you're kind of ruining the story if you're gonna like do it in real life. But you're just like, okay.
I don't know, because this isn't makeup in the show. Like, this is how the actress has actually changed her appearance outside of all of this, and you just have to wonder why, man. Like, why would you do that to yourself? Like, nature has handed you a winning hand, and you've absolutely squandered it. For what? I don't get it.
I think you tweeted about it, but I had the exact same thing. I didn't realize that was her. I saw the image on the bottom first.
No.
I didn't realize that was her.
Yeah.
I had to honestly see it. I'd check it out myself to confirm it, because I didn't believe that was the same person. Why you would radically change your appearance that much, and like in such a negative way? I don't
How
get
much
it.
time? How much time has passed? Is it an aging
10
factor?
to 12 years.
No, it's I think it's 7 years.
7 years.
She has had a
So
crazy.
there is an aging factor as well, but
She's had a crazy plastic surgery timeline, because most recently appearing, she's had even more work since season 5 was filmed. Like, she looks slightly better, if I remember, if memory serves, of more recent images. But basically, she's just had many. I think she knows. She's very aware. I think she's spoken publicly about how much people think she's ruined her face, and she's probably talking to a lot of different surgeons to try and get it to be fixed.
Yeah, sure, that's gonna go well too. Like, oh yeah, more surgery. That's gonna be the solution.
You're in too deep now, aren't you? It's like, I guess the only way out is surgery, unfortunately.
I mean, well, look at this. Like, this is what she was before and after. Like, this is what I might expect to see from, say, an actress who's in her 40s or 50s. You know, they want to hold on to their youth, and so they start getting procedures, and then they look more and more plasticky, like Demi Moore, for example. Not from someone who's in their 20s. Like,
20s.
Yeah. I mean, why would you do that to yourself at this point?
It's really sad that women feel like they need to do this. I can't imagine. I mean, I think most dudes would think the blonde woman on the left is the more attractive.
Of course.
That's my guess.
No, of course. And it's similar with makeup. Like, exaggerated makeup is for women. Guys don't like it.
Yeah. And I mean, I watched this one show on YouTube. YouTube is really interesting. They have everything you could possibly want to watch, as you all are aware, I'm sure. But if you just look at her eyebrows, one of the things this one surgeon said is, when you see a woman's eyebrows and suddenly they're up and they're farther apart, it's one way that you can reduce the age lines around the eyes and the forehead. But what happens is you lose all ability to emote with your eyes, and you get that weird, surprised, sunken look like she has in the image with the brown hair, where she's got those sunken eyes, and she's got now all this space between her eyebrows, and they're now like weirdly even with each other. It's just a really sad thing, because it's cutting muscles. She'll never be able to repair that. Never.
I mean, I've heard people say that she was kind of struggling to make her lips move to say the correct words. There's another, yeah, and like that's not even like, hey, like, let's laugh at, you know, how she's messed her face up or whatever. I don't want to do that. No. This is just sad. Like, this is like a cautionary tale about, you should not be doing this to yourself.
Can we talk about the rectangular eyebrow? Can we stop that, women, please?
Yeah.
You asked why she's doing this, and we were sort of touching on this backstage. I think it's just societal pressure. Like, everybody in Hollywood is getting some sort of work done, whether it's lip filler, Botox injections, plastic surgery. Everybody's on Ozempic now as well. Like, I don't know if you've seen pictures of Melissa McCarthy, but she's lost like 150 pounds or something ridiculous. So there's an enormous amount of pressure from friends and the Hollywood community to alter your face radically, and she's fallen into that.
I mean, I can understand, you know, say you are someone like Melissa McCarthy, who's very big to begin with. Like, okay, there's this wonder drug that can allow you to lose weight, and you probably do it. Or if you were older, for example, and you want to try and look younger than you are, you might resort to surgery to try and, you know, retain your looks. But when you see young, attractive actresses who are doing this to themselves when they shouldn't even be doing anything, it's like you've already maxed out on what you can do looks wise. It's just so destructive. It's like you're sabotaging yourself in the best years of your life. It's so sad to see.
Yeah. I mean, it is sad. And, you know, these women that are getting this done, they're having really big impacts on regular girls out in the world who aren't in Hollywood, who see these women and think this is what men find attractive. But what it is women are being designed for other women, and then other women watch these things and they think that's what they're supposed to look like and do. But I mean, you are all guys here. I don't find them attractive after they make those changes, but that's just me. And it sounds like you guys don't find them attractive either. So why are we doing this? It doesn't make sense.
No. I don't know if it's just a constant case of one-upmanship. You're always trying to go more extreme than the person before. You know, you get it with guys. Well, yeah, because you get it with guys with that stupid like looks maxing thing.
Oh, the hammer on the face.
They're smashing their fucking faces with hammers and like, you know,
Oh my God.
taking crazy steroids to get like massively jacked and stuff. And it's like I'm guessing maybe women don't find that as attractive as these guys think they do because it's so fucking fake looking and so over the top and silly. But they're doing it because they want to go to that next level beyond the guy before them. You know, everyone's just trying to outcompete everyone else.
It's also like, because you have someone who becomes rich and famous because of it. And so all the other younger guys want the fame. They want the success. So they think, well, he succeeded. So he gets the girls. He's got the money.
Yeah.
He's got the popularity. What I don't have is a drink, though. So I'm going to get one. Be right back.
Nice. Did you see that that video? It was like maybe a month ago of that like looks maxing guy who was like strutting down the street and someone like yanked the cap off his head.
Yeah.
But he also had a hairpiece.
No.
Oh.
Maybe I have a hairpiece.
It was just so funny. It's like, Christ, everything about you is fake, bro.
Well, I can guarantee you most girls, those guys that get the big muscles and they can't even put their arms next to their body because their muscles are so big. Most girls don't find that attractive. They like a well-built guy, sure. But I don't know, they also like regular dudes and guys with a little extra meat on their bones, you know? Girls just like guys who are real and who are nice to them.
It's just the online world is like this whole different universe, man. And it's just, you spend too much time in it, you lose all attachment to reality. Like normal people who just walk down the street are not like this in any way. That's the thing. Like you're always force fed like the most extreme examples of all of this. And it's silly. It's just nonsense. It's make believe. None of it's real. And I don't know, like, hopefully most people have the common sense to see, like, this is stupid. Don't do this.
I mean, you managed to ideologically spiral yourself into hitting yourself with a hammer in the face. I think that's, there's got to be a saying for that, you know? That's just, you know, like cut off your nose to spite your face, hit yourself in the face with a hammer to get handsome. I don't know what the fuck that means.
No, I'm going to punch myself handsome.
Yeah.
It's just God. Yeah, what's this? Hail to the bar. Drinker Mahler, thank you for keeping my head up when mental health is a bitch. By the way, James Potter says he hates Snape because he exists. Sorry, off topic though. Thanks, guys. You're all awesome. Thank you, man. And yeah, the new Harry Potter show is going to be an interesting one.
It's coming.
For sure. It is coming, yeah. Like a turd that you just can't hold in anymore. It's coming.
I can't wait for the flashback where James Potter hangs Severus Snape. It's gonna have some interesting connotations attached to it now.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're right.
Yeah. All the people bullied him because of the way he looked at school. That's not got a good connotation now.
Yeah. Well, I bet you they changed that. Yeah. Ooh.
Um,
Nothing like making the
let's
guy that's perceived as evil black as well. I mean, that was a really bad choice. That was
yeah.
come
I
on.
just the idea of a Snape with dreadlocks is so fucking stupid. I think Echo Chamberlain did a really good video talking about Snape and like why the race swapping of his casting was such a bad idea, because he, as a character in the books, he typifies like this very stiff, stuffy, awkward kind of middle-class British archetype that existed very much like when Rowling was writing, like especially the early books in the series. We're talking like the mid-90s right here. He was very much part of that, right? And he came out of her experiences of dealing with people like that in Britain. To have him replaced with a black actor who, from what I've seen in the behind the scenes footage and stuff, isn't trying to replicate that awkwardness and that stuffiness and that upper class disdain of Snape in the slightest. It's weird. I don't know what they're trying to add to the character. If anything, they're taking something away from him.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what you're going to replace it with, because this version of Snape, it's not something that I think the audience is even going to necessarily... Yeah, it's something the audience is necessarily even going to rebel against, because he doesn't seem even like uncool enough to be Snape. It's a difficult one to explain, but he doesn't seem to embody any of the qualities that make Snape, one, an interesting character, and two, a character that on the surface you're meant to hate, but then deep down later you're meant to like.
Yeah, I mean, I know that I'm a little easier on race swapping in some cases, but there are just certain characters where when you look at the scope of the character and what that character goes through and any archetypes attached to that character, you really can't race swap every single character. I'm sure there was a better choice. Minerva probably would have been a better race swap character. Even Dumbledore would have been better, but there's just too much underlying character meaning in Snape to do that, and they've created a whole new storyline for him because of that, and all of the things that he will have had to live through being a black man in a magical community in the UK that I couldn't imagine as an American, and certainly not as a woman. Like, what would I know about that? And I can't believe they did it. It was just a really poorly informed choice that they made. They did not think that through.
Just like every race swapping. I freaking hate them all of them.
I agree, though. I think if you had to race swap a character, Dumbledore would have worked better. I think that could have worked better than Snape, because it would have created less issues storytelling wise.
I feel like there would be the exact same grenade being thrown into the fandom if you make Dumbledore black. I don't know.
I don't think they should race swap anything. That's the reality.
It probably would. Yeah, like I would rather they didn't, but like if they had to, like I think it would be easier to do Dumbledore than it would Snape.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, yeah, I still don't like the idea, and yeah, it's all reckoning with this idea that like, or this reality that Rowling was writing from her experience of living in the UK in the 90s, right? And especially in Scotland. Like, she was based in Edinburgh when she was writing the early books. Oh. And back then, like Edinburgh or anywhere in Scotland really was probably going to be like 99% white. That's the reality of it. Like, and so like her characters reflected that. It's not good or bad. It's just the reality of like what she was living around in the UK at the time. But that's not going to fly with modern Hollywood sensibilities, and so you have to bend around what they want. But yeah, if you had to race swap other characters, or you had to race swap certain characters in order to meet a certain quota, I wouldn't have chosen Snape. He's a bad choice for that sort of thing.
Correct.
Especially when you have people like Adam Driver, who would have been perfect for Snape. That was my fan casting.
Yep, for sure.
And the looks are part of it. I mean, personally, I wouldn't swap him for a blonde guy with blue eyes either. I'd like to underline. But the part that really because I do like the fact that he has a ghostly look with the dark hair. I think it suits him, and also he's an established character. That's how we imagine him, and so that's why I think it's annoying. But also the other reason why it's annoying is that, well, maybe I shouldn't, because I always complain about anti-white sentiment. Okay, so perhaps I won't. So I just said it, got it out of my system. All right, I'm not gonna. But I do believe there is some of that, and I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it at that.
Let me answer this one before I go on here. San Zoltan says, I'm going to hammer my face until I look handsome. They're literally doing the Squidward method to get handsome. I can't believe they're copying a method from a cartoon. I mean, people are retarded. What can I say?
People are retarded. Have you seen that quote?
Yeah. The people are retarded.
I love that quote.
How right you were, sir.
The setup to that is great as well. Doesn't he say something like, government should be for the people, run by the people, but the problem is people are retarded.
It's perfect because you never see it coming.
But he delivers it so seriously as well. He like, really believes it. Anyway, tell you what, how about we before we like go on to answering super chats, we do something better. We do something nicer, because there's a movie that I saw a trailer for just a couple of days ago for the Backrooms, and I'm kind of intrigued by it actually. And I just thought it might be interesting to look at.
I'm addicted to the Backrooms. I've played every game.
Yeah, and like it's kind of an interesting thing. Let's take a look at the trailer. I might have to keep pausing it because, you know, copyright and all that, but I'll do my best. Okay, so every time I pause it, feel free to have some like super interesting piece of observation going on.
I found something.
A24.
Store.
Okay.
It's A24, yeah, we like them. They do stuff.
Well, they're gamble. I like a lot of this stuff. You never know. I think I think it makes sense that they'd be a gamble, because they are inherently trying to gamble on, you know, more artistic endeavors that are riskier in a way.
I love the model. Like, they don't always hit, but like they produce like a lot of movies, generally lower budget, but like they take a lot of risks. Some pay off, some don't. But that's what movie making should be about.
Yeah.
They're a lot more consistent than Blumhouse, which
Yes.
tends to just copy their homework.
I actually look forward to every A24 because you never know what you're going to get, but you know they're trying hard. And I love that.
Yes.
I'm sorry, what's an A24?
A24 is a movie studio that produces like a lot of lower budget horror movies, thrillers, that kind of thing. They take a lot of creative risks.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them don't pay off, some of them do, but like
it's
generally like A24 is where you go when you want something a bit more interesting and a bit different.
The way they succeed is they like create, you know, 100 $5 million movies, and then one of them goes crazy and it's like pays for the rest of them. They're like, ah, sweet.
Yeah.
What did you find?
The place. I found a place.
I do love the actor, so that's
And it
definitely
gives me
great in everything.
goosebumps.
Chiwetel, he's great.
yes. Great in Serenity as well.
I hope he's the protagonist or the whole movie. But who can say what will happen?
As in, he's the protagonist, or he's called the protagonist?
No, I
like
hope
in-
he's the
in Holland's
protagonist.
movie?
All I'm arguing for, I just want the screen time to mainly be him. That's all.
So in the original like creepypasta for the Backrooms, it was like you just kind of got like sucked in there and you were trapped there forever.
It's a place.
Yeah, it's the way
end
you
up
fall.
by accident, right?
It's the way you
don't-
fall. If you fall in the wrong moment, in the wrong space, and you fall backwards, you can end up in the back rooms.
Yeah. Whereas this, the movie it seems to establish the idea that you can move back and forth between them and the real world. And like he begins to explore it. And he kind of reports back on what he finds and he wants to learn more about it, which is okay. I can go with that.
How strange.
Love the color. Just so off.
I mean, this is like your classic liminal space, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Something uncanny.
something
It's
wrong with it.
familiar, but like
Empty.
there's something really weird about it.
Yeah. The emptiness as well when it
I
shouldn't
like this.
be empty.
It's such fertile ground for like a horror movie because it's like it doesn't require huge amounts of money or anything, but it's just like a place, familiar, very, very mundane in some ways, but like there's something very uncanny about
There's something wrong when you can't place it. I love it.
And look at the look on his face. He's like, what the fuck? Where am I? What is this? I mean, he's
Yeah.
great. That look is perfect.
Hello? Anyone there?
Oh, it's a mannequin, is it? It's a mannequin. It's got to be.
What's the language that's being spoken there?
Oh, I don't know.
As well.
Revert it?
I couldn't pick up what they were saying.
Rewind it?
Hold on. Let me go back.
I was focused.
Hello? Anyone?
I can't make it out.
Don't recognize.
Someone in the chat said it's Australian. How dare you?
It kind of reminds me of those numbers stations that you used to get.
Yeah, it was a little bit like an announcement. That's got to be a mannequin, though.
Look, I know how this sounds, but you gotta understand, it's massive in there.
I'm not saying I don't believe you.
Okay, I'm gonna come back here.
I love that line. I'm not saying I don't believe you. And then there's that pregnant pause after that has the implied but I don't believe
Yeah.
you.
I hope this movie doesn't end up like being really disappointing.
Me too,
I-
because
I hope so
it's-
because this stuff like reminds me of Severance, right? Like
potential.
mapping out the office complex and stuff. And you know, again, like the uncanny valley of like being in an office environment. It looks familiar, but like it's very surreal in a lot of ways. And like if we try and like map this out and try and understand it, then we get to the next level of okay, what actually is this real thing? What is the purpose of it?
Yeah, and you almost, depending on their explanation, you always don't want them to say. You're like, well, yeah, don't fuck it up. Just maybe opt to.
They
keeping
have
it.
to leave it where it's like not 100% clear. We need some ambiguity in it.
With proof.
All right, you feel me?
Yeah.
Follow my lead.
Clark, what is this?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I've been here every night since I found the place, and I still barely scratched the surface. All right, just take it slow.
Like to me, this has got so much potential. The all the different ways you can already see a 90-minute film easily with how you could develop this.
Yeah.
And just the idea that there's something in the back rooms, or maybe more than one thing, you don't know what it is, or why it's there, or what this is for.
Because yeah, I hope it's not like a protracted chase scene or something. It's like, oh, the monster
Yeah.
chases them through the corridors or whatever. It's like, no, I want them to unravel a mystery behind this that goes deeper than just like bad thing wants to kill us.
That's correct, actually. I prefer those backroom games that don't have the monsters. Occasionally some do. I prefer the ones that don't or have a very limited section.
I
Yep.
figure because this is a movie, it'll have to have at least an allusion to a monster. Of
That's
some
fine.
kind.
I mean, if as long as it's not the main thing.
That's gonna be interesting.
Look at the random geometry. Man, I freaking love it. It's
Yeah.
recognizable architecture, but it doesn't make sense in the way it's connected. I love it.
Stuff like this is what gives me a little bit of hope for this movie, where it's like, oh, it's really playing with concepts of like the geography of the world that they're in, even gravity and like, you know, architecture. None of it has to make sense. Okay, cool, good. Do more of this. I want to see where this is going.
Pull me up! Pull me up! Pull me up! What do you see? All these rooms. This place built.
Just pausing it for.
I wonder how much of it is
Don't worry
like
about it, yeah.
actual space versus CG, because There's a lot of back rooms, you know. Like, did they get a huge warehouse?
I mean, it wouldn't be hard to make a set like this, obviously, because there's nothing in it.
Yeah, I mean, to an extent, you might be able to find this pre-made, but then you need to like keep filming it in different ways or move it around.
It could also end where the chairs are. If the rest is a green screen, then the rest can be, of course, added in post.
Well, that's what I was going to say. With clever editing and compositing, the best CGI is the CGI you don't notice, and the best approach to incorporating that is having practical sets and surroundings in the foreground, and having the CGI augmented, but it not being the only thing that we see.
Yep.
It's like a maze. It just goes on.
It's kind of interesting. Like, chairs seem to feature prominently in this.
The furniture in general does in the games. I want the laundry machine. There has always been a laundry machine randomly in the middle of a room.
Well, what's funny about this is a lot of times, at least around here where I live, like you'll be going down the street and like you'll just see freaking chairs on the side of the road. Like people just putting their chairs out.
Wait. Do you actually live in the back rooms as well?
Maybe.
Oh
you
my
do.
God.
Have you ever seen a pool, a mall, a subway station? Actually, I'm wondering if they're adding the other levels.
On and on. Sometimes I'm scared I'll get lost.
Clark, can you hear me? I don't understand. What is this?
You know, I hope it's good.
Looking good.
Yeah. All this stuff could be well contextualized.
And this idea that you can just, I guess, pass through the wall, the barrier between worlds.
I will say I don't find that as interesting as you get lost and you fall into the back rooms, or you do a mistake that takes you there, and it's like a difficult. But I guess they've done it like this so that they can have the story of a guy finding it and then telling people about it, and then they all can gradually choose to go in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It's beautiful. Am I right?
That's such a cool shot.
It's nice.
It
And
is.
I
creepy.
mean, that's just so cool. That's so nice.
The use of light and shadow and color is really well done here, because you do get the sense of space and distance, but also dread.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, when you frame up shots, there's always that rule of like 3. So like something should be off center, and so anytime you have something exactly centered in frame, it creates this like disturbing impression for the viewer. And they've taken it to the obvious conclusion here, like straight down this massive corridor.
It
to
looks
your point of
abnormal.
focus right at the end, which is right in the center of frame.
Well, it was something Kubrick was obsessed with as well, right? Like keeping things directly in center frame. If you look at his filmography,
Yes.
he'll often use that to unsettle you.
Yep. It's these little tricks that we have to play on the audience, but it works.
Hello?
Oh, I felt that one. In theaters.
Please be good. Please be good. Please be good. Please be good.
Yeah. Looks okay. I mean,
No, it looks
right
good.
now, I'm intrigued. I hope it's good. I like the trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah, as Muller says, please be good. That'd be nice.
You
I'd
know,
like
we need
that.
the 10 most anticipated indie films of the summer. That's
Yeah.
what we need to see. I bet that's where the gold is.
I'm most excited for Supergirl right now. So, you know, I can't see beyond it. Anyway, how about we answer a few super chats just to finish up?
Let's do it.
Does that
Alrighty.
sound reasonable? All right, let me see. I want to make sure I haven't missed any from the list. So, yeah. Demon Dog says Reaper just released his his Mario Galaxy review. You should read the video title. I have read the video title, and Reaper does not hold back when it comes to that
What?
sort of thing.
What did he say?
He said Epstein was right, and you were all cattle. He did not like it. Elsie Le Pen says, "Hey, open bar. I'm on family holiday next week, and I'm in charge of the entertainment. May I get several good biopic recommends, like the John Candy one?" Ooh, that was a good one. Yeah. Any other biopics that are good recommends for anyone?
I really loved the John Williams one on Disney Plus. If you have access to it,
I haven't
John
seen
Williams.
that. I should.
it's really good. I swear to God, you hear the songs of your childhood in your life in that biopic. It's really well done.
What a legacy that man leaves behind, honestly.
Hmm.
The soundtrack for people's entire lives.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Any other good ones that you might recommend?
Amadeus is quite good.
Ooh, old school. Yeah.
Are we talking specifically the John Candy one they mentioned? Is that so? Are they talking about documentaries or specifically films?
You can do
Bio.
biopics or you can do documentaries.
There's a Robin Williams documentary. I forget what the name of it is, but I watched that like after the John Candy one. I thought it was really good. There's mileage may vary with different things, but I usually like to check those sorts of things out because it's like a big old blast of information about someone that you already have a lot of respect for. I recommend it if you like any of these artists.
Yeah. Chucksenhausen says, "Just wanted to give my best friend Adam Martin a shout out for being accepted to the Masters of Fine Arts program at the University of South Carolina this coming fall. Well done, sir. Well done." That is pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, good job.
Yeah.
Need more people in the arts. Definitely.
Yeah.
More artists.
Let me just check this because I want to make sure that I didn't miss any here. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. I did miss a couple. So let me go back here. My challenge to you, drinker, just watch the first episode of Primo, and if you don't cancel plans to binge the rest, I'll never mention it again. I 100% believe it's good. Don't worry. I just haven't had a chance to watch it yet. That is all. Drinker, you should check out the book called Fall of Vega. Some jerk from Australia wrote it, but I am enjoying it. I'll see you in hell, Niet.
You son of a bitch, Chris.
That'll sound like a good book. Yes. For anyone watching this, Film Comics Explained wrote a book, and it's called The Fall of Vega, and I am reliably informed that it's fucking excellent. So give an independent author a little bit of support if you can, and maybe consider buying a copy, reading it, and hopefully enjoying it. I'm told it's really good. So
hell yeah.
Where
Thank
can
you.
they get it?
It's available on Amazon in paperback and Kindle, and it's free if you've got Kindle Unlimited.
Awesome.
Nice. The Boys is flawed, but I am going to miss Anthony Starr. He's probably the best thing about this. Well, Carl Urban is probably the best thing about that show,
Yeah.
but Anthony Starr is really good as well.
I'd say they're both carrying, and also Jensen Ackles as the soldier boy. Like he was a bit of a breath of fresh air for the brief time he had on that show. He's apparently back in season 5, but no, I feel like they've carried it. It's more so the portrayals. Did we ever talk about him and the whole Wesker thing? Like he said he has no idea why people want him as Wesker.
No, didn't he say like he likes the games and stuff, but he's also like, I'm 50 years old and I'm too old to play Wesker. Like, leave me alone.
I thought he had no idea who Wesker was, because the thing is, like, he's not too old to play Wesker, really.
It's like what?
Probably
40s?
do.
Well, it doesn't. It's whatever. If think about it, right? If they adapted one, we need him to be able to. All the things Wesker does, he can be that old. It wouldn't ruin anything.
I think it's literally just because he has like blonde hair and it's slicked back, and so everyone's like, "Oh, that's freaking Wesker."
Makes sense.
I mean, dude, if he affects like the more iconic voice for Wesker, I think he could nail it.
I think he probably could. Yeah, I think he could. But if he has no interest in doing it, okay. Fine.
Someone is writing Zendaya's Wesker incoming.
Fuck. Put your hands up if you're done with Zendaya. Watching that Resident Evil stream, but naked, my body is ready.
Oh my.
Okay, sure. Was he watching you play Resident Evil more?
I don't know if he's referring to what that's happened or the one that's happening on Monday, but
Yeah. On that subject, actually, yeah. Mauler and I are going to be streaming Resident Evil 1 together.
Concurrently. Yes, the OG boy, the original.
So
Wow.
we're going to try and do this weird thing that's never been done in the whole history of Resident Evil. Mauler and I are going to play it simultaneously, and we're going to have each other's like streams visible to ourselves.
Oh, that's cool. Mhm.
And so we can guide each other through the mansion as we go, and people
We're
can
going to
watch
create a
us do
drinking
it.
game too.
Are you
Yeah, and
playing
so-
one as Jill, one as Chris?
We both got to do Chris. Whoever gets Jill will be
Okay.
fucking easy mode. So
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
true.
We
That's
have
true.
to kind of play it so that we're playing it similarly. Otherwise,
Yeah.
it probably won't work. So we have to play the same character.
Makes
but
sense.
yeah, if one of us dies or takes a hit or whatever, we have to take shots. So it's going to be
Oh,
fucking
wow.
carnage by the end.
Sounds awesome.
So looking forward to
Hell
that. Hot young actress you might know, Madeline Petch, Anna Sophia Robb, Haley Richardson, Madeline Klein, and Camila Mendez. Can you please keep a pic of Madeline's Skims ad on screen? You're welcome, chat. So, Madeline. Hold on.
I don't recognize any of these names. I
No.
don't think.
Have you guys seen his profile picture? My God.
Yeah. I never freaking noticed that.
What is it?
Okay.
I didn't even look. That's fucking
Barry
good.
McCocken.
Madeline Petch. Hold on. It's definitely going to be something. Right, okay. It's generic hot girl in underwear. That's all we got.
I see.
I don't think we need to keep this going the whole time.
This is
He's
a
a
classy
criminal.
joint, okay?
It probably gets demonetized anyway. When the Artemis crew fly by the moon, it was lifeless and full of craters because Chuck Norris was there last week preventing an alien invasion. Thank you for your service, Chuck. If you were here, he'd recommend you watch Justified. Oh God, it's starting again. Honestly, I do Mr. In Between, and then suddenly I get more stuff. Never stops. A lot of these celebs with plastic surgery are starting to look like Buffy versus vampires. Someone should tell them just to let themselves get old.
Oh man,
There is something to be said for getting old gracefully, honestly.
that's rough.
Yeah. Looking forward to when you and Mauler eventually get to playing through the clown show that is Resident Evil 6 on your Monday streams. We're going to do that.
Well, it's going to take us a while to get there if the plan is what the plan is. But yeah, one day.
One day, indeed. There's going to be so much drinking involved. Are we going to do like a drinking game with every fucking Resident Evil?
Yeah.
Mauler?
Why do you? I thought you were saying that like outraged or something. I was like, why would you not want to do that?
No, I mean I would, but it's like my liver is like, no, stop.
We'll have a little break for you. Don't worry.
Yeah, it was fine.
Regenerate.
With the first hammer, the sets are destroyed. The first forgotten, the first season mocked. All of us irrevocably chained. Yes, that's from the Drumhead. Good fucking episode right there. I'm going to miss the stream tonight, but I'm guessing everyone's happy to see Kurtzman Trek finally die. Love the channel. Have a drink. Thank you. And yes, we are, I think, for the most part. Any of you guys sad? I don't think so.
No.
Yeah. Excuse me. I don't know what happened to the boys show, but I stopped watching early on, and I love seeing SA get absolutely desecrated, sold for parts. I love the excuse that the Mario movie doesn't have lore. The first Lego movie didn't. No excuse. There you go. That's a pretty good example, actually.
Good point.
Yep. Hey, nerds. Have any of you played the Fear series? Do you think it's suited for adaptation? And if so, who plays Alma Wade? I do like. I've played all of the Fear games.
a little bit.
I like them. I think they're really good. I think they could be adapted. Who would play
Yeah.
Alma? What are we talking, like zombified, like corpse walking Alma, or like the hot one? I don't know. Sydney
First
Sweeney.
Year has
Really
really
one.
good enemy AI in it, like surprisingly good for how old it is.
It had
really-
good slow-mo effects. It had good physics engine. It was a good game.
Yeah, need to
I
play
like-
that again someday. I really like Fear.
I like Fear. Yeah. We'll play that after Resident Evil.
Gotcha.
I pray that the eye of live action and modern writers don't ever look at Treasure Planet and Atlantis, The Lost Empire, or Princes of Egypt, please. Yeah, those movies were good. I liked all of them. Just leave them be. What's this? One thing I say about Disney Marvel is they got the Punisher right and his own one special. This trailer is phenomenally good, and the fact that Bernthal was part of the writing team he understands what Punisher is. I mean,
yeah,
maybe
I don't know, man.
reserve judgment until I've seen it, but like Daredevil, they haven't exactly distinguished themselves.
The first set of episodes I've seen from Daredevil are fucking awful. Born Again season 2, so I've not got much hope for Punisher. But I know everyone really likes Bernthal as Punisher, and so we'll give it the best chance it can have. And I understand.
Chuxenhausen, just wanted to give my best friend Adam Martin a shout out for accepting Masters of. Oh, right. Sorry. Yeah, we did that one already. Apologies. Hey, Mauler, will EFAP movies ever do a Neil Breen arc?
More than likely, yes. I would expect us to, yeah.
You've got to do it. I started watching you and Mauler back in 2019. Christ, that's 7 years ago. When I was 12. Now I'm 18, moving into college. Pursuing filmmaking, you've really helped me with how I understand and consume movies. So much love. We've become a generational partnership, Mauler.
We've raised people.
The impact you've had.
We just... Shit, I need to take a moment here. We suddenly felt really fucking old.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I still see this as quite a recent thing for me. Like this whole YouTube thing. Like, it's messing
Feels
around.
the same. Yeah.
Yeah, now you got people, it's like, okay, they grew up watching us. God
Yeah.
damn. Mo, do you feel old?
Yeah, but you'll always be older. So
it's all right. Az and Gary will always be older than me. So Jesus.
Who's the oldest here, I wonder?
Who's the oldest?
In here, I wonder.
Me?
Do you think so? I don't think so.
I know so.
Oh, okay.
I think she does know so, yeah. Who do you think is oldest, Metatron?
I was thinking, I don't know, me or you, because the other two guys I can't see and she looks young, so I don't know.
Smooth.
Well,
yeah.
You're
definitely
your favorite drinker companion is.
Yeah. Yeah, you're definitely younger than me, Metatron.
Am I?
Yeah.
I see.
Well, I'm 42, so
I'm older than you. There you go.
Fuck off. What are you?
I'm almost 44, my friend.
Damn, you look younger than me.
I appreciate it.
It's the hair. It's got to be the hair.
It's got to be the hair. I think yeah.
You're all babies. Oh my god.
Mort was 10 years younger than me. I'll just say that.
Ooh, Mama, you are a baby.
Smaller.
So young.
Yeah, I'm just so new to this world. I'm so
Yeah,
glad you guys can take care of me.
Damn. What's that, sorry?
How old is Nia?
I'm 36.
I am the youngest here, lame.
You are a baby, Mola.
Yeah.
I'm like a generation older than all of you.
Well, you don't look it, so that's...
What are you? Do you drink? Do you eat something in particular? So we know. Broccoli.
I think the trick is I didn't go to Hollywood and get face fillers.
That's a nice was a
yeah. We could have Erin Moriarty here. She would like older than all of us combined. Yeah. I love the screen tourism videos. Ah, thank you very much. Yeah, I just put the latest one up just today. So that's in Edinburgh. All the sites around Edinburgh, like the castle and like all the places where J.K. Rowling wrote her Harry Potter books and where they filmed like Infinity War and all that stuff. So that was a lot of fun to make, actually. Yeah, they are fun, just like going to different places and just seeing things. I like it. I love that stuff.
Your pyramid video was really good.
That was a lot of fun to make. Yeah, I've never been more uncomfortable than when I climbed, up the inside the pyramid. and like you only saw a tiny bit of it when I had a handheld camera. Like that was the most uncomfortable ascent I've ever made inside, like doing anything. And for like a week afterwards, I could barely fucking walk just because like you had to go up at like a 40-degree angle, like bent double, because like this thing was so narrow that you had to go through. But it was fun to see. Hell of a good experience. Anyway, what's the next one? The Mario movie inspired me to rewatch Mauler and Metal's legendary Mario Sunshine drinking stream. Pure peak cinema. Good luck on the new series.
Well, wait. New series is in next time we play Mario drunk, or are they talking about?
No, I think they mean like Resident Evil.
Oh yeah. I mean, what isn't made better by excessive amounts of alcohol, eh? I even let Drinker pick what we're drinking on this.
And Mauler carried through on this one as well. He's got all the things I suggested, so he's ready to go.
We are.
If you enjoy sandbox games with loads of freedom, I recommend Crimson Desert. Loads of fun and almost zero hand-holding, especially when solving puzzles. After 30 hours, I've yet to leave the first area. Yeah, I've heard interesting things about that, actually. Mo, what's your take?
Is it, well, if that's that new... I know Az is the one to ask, because he's played a lot of it. I haven't played any of it. I've not got the fucking time. Resident Evil is absorbed everything, and even that is going to have to make room for the 007 game that's on its way out soon.
That's been delayed, has it not?
Oh, sweet.
So you're fine.
More Resident Evil.
Yay.
Resident Evil. 9 has been great. 9 is great.
Hail the panel. I can't believe people tried to attack Drinker. You and Mauler is the Cisco and Igor of this generation. I learned so much from you. I mean, yeah, it's the Mary Sue that's attacking me. It's kind of like shooting, a BB gun at a freight train, but
it's a fantasy, basically. They're just like, oh, did you hear? The Drinker's upset because everyone hates him. And then they're like, yeah, well, he earned that. It's like, what the fuck are you guys? What world do you live in? What are you talking about? None of this ever happened.
Guys, honestly, if you are looking to get clicks, if you're looking to get attention, like, you can get so much attention just by mentioning Drinker. Like, anything you put Drinker in there, and you'll suddenly get clicks from all kinds of people. It's crazy. So they're just using your name to get some clicks.
There's an ecosystem to it, and the reality is, as with anything, I guess, like the more notorious or like the higher up you rise, the more people are gonna like take pot shots at you or try and like ride your coattails or whatever it might be. It's the way these things always work, sadly. So for the most part, I just ignore it. It's the best way to do it.
You're thick-skinned.
I try to be, because otherwise, like, what are you going to do? You're going to get down in the mud and fight with all of these people. You just waste every day of your life doing that. There's no point. So I just let it go.
Just do your thing, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just let them. It's funny watching them like scream into the void, like, and have it make no impact whatsoever. Right. Do facts of ancient history and cryptids. Fun times. Well, that's what Forbidden Frontier is for on Gary's channel. Like, I've been on that a couple of times. I'd like to go back and do a few more things, actually, because I do kind of like these like unexplained mysteries and stuff. I like that stuff.
I know what you could do. You could just, at the beginning, just recite some things from Gary's channel.
I mean, I could do my own drunken investigations into things, but like, I'd rather let him do that sort of thing.
Bigfoot, real or not, but drunk. Like that's the way we're gonna do it.
I think with Bigfoot, I'd be like, who fucking cares?
Wow. Bigfoot hater.
Yeah. Hail Mary was great and Mario was fun. Also, they should have cast Sydney Sweeney as Felicia Hardy, Black Cat for the new Spider-Man. Could have done, yeah. They should have cast her as Supergirl.
True.
That would have been $1 billion movie.
That would have been $1 billion movie, yeah.
And she would have been up for it as well. Like, put her in a
at the
spandex
time.
suit.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Drinker.
No, it's like put her in a spandex suit, let her bounce around on screen. She would have been happy as Larry, and that movie would have made $1 billion easily.
Yeah, can't remember how popular or well known she was when they were casting that role, like way back when. I wonder what she was doing, like where her star was in its
Well, when they
rise.
cast Millie Alcock as the
Mhm.
role, what
Yeah.
it's not that far back. I think she probably would have been well known. I just think they went for a more unconventional actress for the role. Yeah, I don't know what their thought process was behind it necessarily, but like she would have been well known by then. Even we're only going back like a couple of years, probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, what might have been. Yeah, the new Darth Maul show sucks. They literally created a planet called Decided Not to Be Under Imperial Rule. Anyway, how's the goings? Yeah, I haven't
goings
watched
are
the Darth
good.
Maul thing. Have you
I
guys?
was talking to Ryan the other day, and I was like, "You must have seen it, right? You like keep up to date with all the Star Wars." He was like, "No." I was like, "Oh, well." You were going to be the guy that could summarize it to me, but because I don't want to watch this. It's just another it's fucking Filoni slop. So it's just like, yeah, I'm all right.
Yeah.
I've
I don't know.
watched it. There's nothing. I actually really like the character of Darth Maul, so I was interested, but it hasn't really done anything new yet. And the one thing I don't like about it is that it's the animation side of the universe, but I felt like this particular series, they look really claymation in a way, like more so than usual, and it just looks a little odd to me. I've had a hard time getting used to that.
You can still go on with the facts in the intro. I was drunk 100 episodes ago. Well, that's what I want to hear. Nice. I'll just keep doing it forever.
We gotta just try and sneak in a bunch of things that aren't even true at some point. See if the chat catch on.
Yeah,
the year of 1972 36.5.
You could
The
do the
aliens.
AI version.
Yeah. The moon exploded.
Yeah, it's like 1985. Like they invented Doom for the PlayStation 5. Yeah, sure. Hey guys, who do you think would butcher Lord of the Rings more, Colbert or Kimmel?
Kimmel.
I mean, yeah, for sure. Like Colbert knows his lore, at least. That's something. I just don't trust him to actually write anything.
I'd rather have a fan in the creative team than someone who's trying to make a point in the creative team.
But it should be mentioned, as we have before, like a fan can do like damage to the very soul, like a non-fan can't. Sometimes depends. Let's hope he doesn't.
Yeah. Greetings, fine people. I don't know if you've talked about this before, but what are the panel's thoughts on The Pit? And is there such a thing as too realistic for entertainment? You all rock. So I haven't watched The Pit. Don't know much about it. It's a medical drama, isn't it?
Yeah.
Beyond that, I don't know.
From what I know, because a friend has watched it, it's like it takes place across one night, like one shift. A season is a shift or something, which I was like, it's kind of like 24, I guess, in that way.
Yeah, yeah.
I've heard mixed things about whether or not people think it's good or bad. I've heard it's pretty heavy-handed about what it's about, but yeah, I don't really know anything more than that.
Hey, Drinker Longman, what are your thoughts on Ready or Not, the tactical shooter game, not the film? Have you?
Well, what's funny about that is I actually did watch the film recently through my sister wanted to watch it, but I haven't played the game, so I'm prepared for the opposite of your question.
Yeah, haven't played the game myself, so I don't know. I love being blamed for the failure of shows I didn't make. The inability to accept responsibility really speaks to the level of narcissism in Hollywood. I mean, for sure, yeah. Ultimately, you know, when it comes to the apportioning blame for shows, like where would you put it? The showrunner, the writers, the directors, the actors? It's probably the writers, really. Like that's where 90% of the problems tend to come from.
Sure.
I
think it's the audience every time. Those bastards.
Yeah, those toxic fanboys. Make scripts great again. Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Nice to see. I mentioned it online, but it didn't sit. Sorry, the set didn't feel like a starship. It looks like a Hyatt from the 70s. Looked impractical to those disconnected nacelles. Yes. Too big, too expansive, too much like a shopping mall. Yeah. Doesn't look like a functional starship in the slightest. No, no ship would have that much dead space inside it.
When I watched episode 1, I didn't realize that was inside the ship. I thought that was the campus, like on the ground.
Mm.
That's how they get you. You see, the ship is the campus.
Arr.
Genius. Genius writing from Kurtzman. Alex Kurtzman isn't a creative, he's a plagiarist. There's an entire YouTube channel dedicated to pointing out all the stuff that is Star Trek ripped off. Wouldn't be surprised in the slightest. Mega Spiny Man. To all, what's something you think you could improve or wish you could have done better in any work, etc.? Mega Spiny Man's amazing because he always gives like the most like vast questions, like name your 20 favorite movies in alphabetical order. The whole panel.
I mean, there's. I think the normal response to this would be like, "This is tough because, like, can you truly?" But then you're like, "Oh no, actually, this is easy. Rings of Power for everyone here."
I mean, pretty much, yeah. Or the Star Wars sequel trilogy.
I would say the Acolyte. Just don't make the Jedi the villains. Like, would be the easiest thing to fix that show. Well, there are some problems.
I would say Resident Evil. Actually make it about the stories and characters in the games.
No, I've heard that's pointless.
Are you excited for Zach Kreger's movie? Yeah.
Well, he said that lore fans are going to hate him. He's not really telling any particular story in the series. It's more like a Resident Evil story as opposed to being an adaptation of any of the games. I do think he's a great director. I really like Barbarian and Weapons. I thought they were cool. But I'm just as worried about this as I was about every other Resident Evil property we've had.
I think it's going to be silly, but if Weapons was called Resident Evil, then it would be like, well, yeah, it was a cool movie. I don't see why you called it Resident Evil other than marketing.
I mean, I think it's going to be infinitely better than, say, Welcome to Raccoon City or that weird Netflix TV show or whatever. I think it's probably going to be an effective horror movie with zombies in it. I just don't think it's going to be a good Resident Evil film.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we have to wait another X amount of years before that'll ever happen, I guess.
Will that ever happen?
If it'll ever happen.
If it will ever happen.
Apparently, there's some people who believe that Welcome to Raccoon City was an honest-to-God, faithful attempt at doing the games, and so that you shouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, those are hilarious. Like, it was an attempt. I don't think it was a faithful attempt, and it wasn't a good attempt, but it was an attempt, for sure. But, like, that's 100% a proof that, like, having a concept or, like, the idea is nothing if the execution is terrible. And the execution was horrific in that. Want to end the drinker once and for all? Have Sydney offer him marriage if he chugs a full bottle of spiritus in one go. Finn, what is spiritus?
Spiritus.
Does anyone know?
I think he means straight alcohol. 95%.
Oh, right. So
ethyl alcohol. Wow. Yeah.
That's what I thought, because that's how we call it in Italian. We say spirito. So that's why one of the ways, alcohol, whatever.
Yeah. A lot of what I'm seeing here is saying is Dutch. Rectified spirit. Let's see. Yeah. Extremely high alcohol content. I can fucking absorb that. My rage will take me through it. Star Trek ended after the poker scene. Well, which one? Are we talking about the one from the end of TNG or the end of like Picard season 3? Because they both ended with a poker scene. Define your poker scene, sir. When you're tossing around the sums of money they do and are allowed to do it, why should they care about anything? They should if it's their money. If they made something like Farscape again, I would bend my knee. Yeah. I miss the days of Farscape and like, yeah, I mean, all of those shows from the early 2000s. Obviously, Firefly is a good example. Stargate SG-1.
The new
had some good. Yeah, Battlestar Galactica. Like, we had good times back then, and we did not appreciate it. Drinker, huge fan in Canada. Oh, right, yeah, I remember.
That was
it.
yeah.
Yeah, we did your one. Sorry, some of these came up as we were going.
I hope he's feeling better.
Yeah. And Mauler, what's your favorite Maiden album?
Usually Brave New World is what I choose. It's the one. I'm trying to figure when that came out. Because it was around about when I was playing shit tons of Team Fortress 2 and I was listening to it. Yeah, 2000. Huh.
Damn.
I was 7.
You
Hell
were
yeah.
Just a little tiny Mauler.
Man, you already had taste for music. That's
Good memories, man.
I know mine is not maybe mainstream, but I love the Seventh Son story in that album, and seeing them do it on stage was phenomenal. Like, so good.
JJ and Kurtzman have done so many bad things, you'd think they would have packed up and left town or something. Nah, they'll never leave. They know too many people. They'll always have something. I think that's the sad thing about it.
They've been to too many Diddy parties and have dirt on all the actors and producers.
They know where the bodies are buried.
Oh, they buried them.
Yeah, you don't need a malicious AI to wipe out humanity, just a very efficient one. I mean, I guess that's true, yeah. Let's hope we never get to that
just
point.
step back and be like, they'll take care of it themselves. We don't need to do anything.
Yeah, yeah. Sadly, it might just be true. I was just seeing if there's any member chats that I missed before I go on. Drinker, wait until you visit Japan and walk around inside Himeji Castle. You get the idea Japanese men weren't very tall. Hail, you bearded bar stewards. Nobody was tall back in those days. Like, I've walked around many castles for the Screen Tourism series in Scotland, and I have to bend down for every one because, like, back then, like, a tall man was like 5'6". That's just the reality of it. They were built for smaller people back then, probably because of their horrendous diets that they had to live off.
Yeah, I was going to say aristocracy would be kind of similar, maybe 175 as an average, but the regular people that couldn't have access to like good food, then absolutely they would be
people were much shorter back then, but Japanese people are short right now. So just imagine how much shorter. I was just in Japan like last week and visited Osaka Castle, and I couldn't believe like people were that short. There's some areas that are difficult to get
the Himeji one, I actually used to live not too far from Himeji. It was 30 minutes from it. Well, that's many, many years ago when I used to live in Japan. It's a gorgeous castle.
Very beautiful.
Japan. I am looking forward to going there in October. I want to compare their castles to Scottish castles and see which one is superior. Sure. Damn it.
I can give you some
Australia in May. I need people to tell me where to go in Sydney and in Perth. And Auckland. Should be fun.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
Sounds good. But anyway, I'm going to finish up there. I will say, just as a little bit of housekeeping, next week, I'm actually going to be away, so that we won't have an open bar next week. Ironically, I'm going to be filming the next Screen Tourism thing, so I'm going to Eastern Europe for that one.
Wow.
Looking forward to that. But yeah, so Mauler, you have got free reign to do your long bar.
I will probably stream Resident Evil.
But you can catch Mauler and I on Monday night, where we'll be streaming Resident Evil together, and we'll see what happens there. Are we going to do Jill or Chris on the first campaign run through?
I assume Chris, because it's a bit tougher. Otherwise, it'll be too easy for both of us.
Chris, we can do in like, I don't know, 3 hours or something.
Yeah,
so it should
it'll
be
be fine.
Yeah. Anyway, so catch us on Monday night. We'll be doing that, dicking around. But my lovely panel, it's been awesome having you guys on tonight. Appreciate your time for doing this.
Yeah,
my pleasure.
And
thank you so much for inviting me.
It's been good, man. And we will catch you guys on the next open bar in like 2 weeks, basically. So for now, that's all we got for today. So go away now.
Bye.
Bye.